hockey, USA beat Latvia 5-1. Next up, the USA will play Denmark tomorrow at 3:10. And Joe, I say good morning to you on this beautiful Friday.
Hey, Woody, what a week it's been, man, huh? Coming out of that Super Bowl and that disaster of a Super Bowl to everything else that's going on. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. And I called you last night, check on you to see how you're doing. I could tell you were at practice and how we getting through all the controversy out
on the
there.
Hot seat,
On the hot seat.
Yep.
So, but you got some backing, right? You got a little backing from the league, right?
So far, so good, yes.
All right, man. Have we stirred it up here?
The seat is really on fire here.
Well, listen, it's we don't want you don't want to get into name calling and all that stuff. I found out through the years it might be good for radio, but not necessarily good for your life. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Well, I've done it.
Unless you want to provide me a legal defense.
No, I don't. QAM told me one day I got called in because I had called a former team doctor a quack with ducks and everything, the sound, the whole deal of like highly recommending that a professional tennis player at the Miami Open, that used to be a Key Biscayne many, many years ago, was getting ready to have a surgery done by our team doctor. And I hit slander. I think I hit about everything possible on slander without, of course, not being a doctor. And you can imagine how quickly before they subpoenaed that tape and it was all hell broke loose. I kept my job by not much.
Pretty good.
It was a string.
Yeah.
But I lost, of course.
Oh, you did?
I did lose that one. I believe the radio station had to pay some money.
Oh, you didn't have to pay?
No, they paid, but I got
They weren't happy? That's a big slap on the wrist.
That was a big one. That was like, if it ever happens again, we have to let you go, and you'll have to pay. Well, I guess if I'm gone, I'll have to pay. But they made the insurance would not pick up, or whatever it was, will not pick up anymore. Your big mouth dumbass stuff about
you were
doctors.
uninsurable after that point.
Yeah. Stood by everything I said. It's just that, like, can you prove it? And if we go, the attorneys drilled me. Oh my God. So Miss Rose, so the guy's there, right, within like hell, it might have been the guy we had on the radio. But anyway, whoever it was at the time, because we've been owned by 3 or 4 different companies through the years of my 35 years here. But they hit me with, what's your background is education-wise? How much time have you spent in the medical profession? I go, none. So how do you know all the things you've accused them of? I go, well, I just saw the results of my teammates and mine. Again, do you know? I don't know. I finally got me to say I'm a real dumbass and I know nothing about the medical field, right? So that was a close one. That was a close one. Hey, man, we've got a lot of stuff going on here.
That's why your boss is always so nervous about getting sued.
That's a good point.
Right?
No wonder
he knows your history.
He tiptoes around here sprinting to the bosses. I wonder if she ever gets tired of my program director running down. She runs like all these radio stations around the country, so she comes in town every couple of weeks. I wonder if she ever gets tired of like.
You should ask her.
I'm
also curious how that thing worked out, by the way. Like whatever ended up happening with that one.
Let's leave that alone. Hey, by the way, we've got all kinds of crazy stuff. So I just feel like, I don't know if you're with me, this Sunday, the NBA is going to try this. They're trying anything they can, man. They're in a situation the NFL was in not too many years ago with, used to play pretty hard at the Pro Bowl. Because Dan Marino's got great stories about the Pro Bowl early on with Gastineau, like out there and telling everybody, I'm going to try to knock Joe Montana out of the game and get that MVP. I want that truck. To where it was like literally you could catch the ball and run and nobody would touch you. Do you remember some of those last games and just how bad? I think like Brandon Marshall played in one of those games and had a big game, but like nobody was playing hard. And it got to the point the commissioner had come out and said, hey, man, we got to do something. And I get it. Guys are going, hey, man, I don't want to get hurt. My season's over. This is supposed to be fun. We haven't been practicing hard. We got our families over here in Hawaii for a free vacation. We're getting paid a little bit of money. We want to have fun. And the NBA is now at that point. If you've watched it the last few years, it is take half-court shots. Guy goes to dunk, get out of the way, and a lot of NBA grab ass, really. I mean, it's just kind of, and again, those guys are saying the same things. We're not going to play hard. It's a long season. This is not our goal. And so Kevin Durant comes out in the new format. And he was right, by the way. Kevin Durant, not always everybody's favorite because he gets after the media sometimes. But Kevin Durant was right. He said, hey, man, it's not just the American players that take it easy. In case you didn't see some of the other guys, Doncic and Jokic and those guys weren't exactly playing hard. Look to see who took a shot from half court during the game. And so he was laughing about the whole thing. You guys kind of picking on the American guys, and we know how this works. I didn't know what he meant between the lines. I don't know if what the message was supposed to be. But anyway, so now the world is going to play Team USA. They actually have two teams, but they're going to play them. And now everybody's kind of curious to see both sides, by the way, not just the U.S. team, but Jokic and Doncic and Jamal Murray. Wemby's on that team. They got a hell of a team, by the way. I guess they took literally, if you weren't from the United States, everybody else is allowed to play in this game because some of the guys are hurt. SGA still out, right? Is SGA still not playing?
Yeah, he is.
Because he's Canadian. So there's a bunch. They got a pretty good looking team, especially their bigs. But everybody's kind of curious this Sunday.
You're not going to watch this, are you?
I am.
You are going to watch this.
I just want to see, first of all, is this going to look like an old NBA game? Or are they going to pick it up? Because I'm wondering if Wemby, somebody goes in to dunk it, and one of the bigs, Wemby or one of those guys, comes over and blocks your shot, goes all out, blocks it, and now the Americans are looking, going, ooh, so these guys are going to play hard, huh? All right, here we go. And you get yourself a little bit of a competitive game. I'm just curious. I'm curious because the NBA is got some serious problems from tanking. A couple of teams just paid some big fines, including Utah.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
The Heat.
That was, yeah.
That stings, right?
Yeah, but at least before you get into the negative of the negative, you just double negative me. I was going to Utah's, like literally sitting there, best players in the second half of these games because they're openly trying to keep their first round pick. And then we got the load management thing. And by the way, the people, it's actually not the fans are complaining the most. They're complaining, but it's these big NBA TV contracts of these big shows like TNT's got two of the best teams playing tonight, and you can't promote the best players because they're not playing. So that's a problem. And by the way, I don't blame NBC or ESPN or any of the rest of them, ABC, going, hey, man, we paid a lot of money, and your guy's going to rest because he's on the road, and you guys played a couple of nights ago, and he's a little tired. So, yeah, I'd say all of a sudden, good old Adam Silver, who everybody loves in the league, it seems like, right? The most liked, I would say, you agree with me, Commissioner, in sports?
That's a tough call.
They're getting on now. He's getting on them a little bit now, but they run the show pretty good. They run the show pretty good. Anyway, I'm just curious to see what happens Sunday. I don't care about the dunk contest. And
so that's what I'll be watching. I'm going to watch
G
Saturday.
League contest there, and 3-point contest usually pretty good. And then, it'll be that game. Used to be about that game and everything else, but boy, things have changed with that. I don't know what they do, man. And I got to tell you, not to give the NFL that flag football, I don't know what the ratings were for that, but you got like a linebacker throwing the ball or a quarterback throwing the ball to an offensive lineman who's running around and flags. And it's just, and again, I understand they just played a long season. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer because you can't do much. These guys are all banged up. They just played long seasons. They don't want to do anything. But at the same time, they like that free little trip and make some extra dollars for being named to the Pro Bowl team. But that thing's a disaster from where it started to where it is now. And again, with the injuries, I understand. I'm not so sure you just don't get rid of it at this point. But so you've got all that going on, and we got a busy general manager, maybe as busy as anybody in the business when you take over a new team and you realize you got a lot of work starting with the draft, trying to figure out how many guys you're going to keep, what the hell you're going to do with Tua. Are you going to get a bite on that big-ass contract that you're going to eat a lot of money on? And you know it. No matter what, if you let him go, you're going to be – nobody's picking up that contract, the 100% of that contract. No one in their right mind is going to pick that up.
Well, I know they had that event last night where the coach and the GM spoke, and he gave his answer about Tua, and I got the impression that –
What was the thing? I know they had their event last night, but –
yeah, well, I can play it for you later if you want. Someone actually snuck a phone in there and got some video of it. But
good.
My takeaway from that is that it wasn't his decision, right? Isn't this like all Stephen Ross at this point? Because he's got to be the one that writes the big check.
Well, he's going to write the check no matter what.
Well, is he though? Like that? I mean, these guys, I assume, can say like, "Hey, we don't want him around here."
I'm guessing,
but that's a big amount of money, and that's got to be on.
I was
Mr.
told,
Ross, right?
I was told. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I was told that, again, we talk about him a lot, but our new general manager is John Eric Sullivan, has final say on this. And this, hey, by the way, this decision is huge. It is such a huge mistake. I understand. I'm not saying it's an easy decision. It's easy for me. It's not my money. It's not my screw up. It's theirs. And because I saw somebody wrote this, and I agree. It's one of the biggest financial mistakes in the history of the NFL. It just is. It's Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. It's up there wherever you put it. And
not that bad. Jeez. Deshaun Watson bad?
Not that. I said Deshaun
Okay.
Watson bad, but it's definitely, people don't go around giving a quarterback that kind of money for I don't know how many guys have one of those now. What is there? 10 guys maybe have that big contract. I don't know. I didn't count to see the guys, but I mean, we just gave it to him and was like we usually do. We give extensions and do this stuff, and then we go, oh, okay. We got to trade him. We got to cut him. It's really bad business. We've been doing it now for a couple years, and now we got to clean this thing up. It's a great question, though, and I'd love to hear what John Eric Sullivan, who, and by the way, he knew all these things were coming up. He knows how important they are. This one is not only about the quarterback, but it's amount of money that you owe this quarterback and how much, it's just he's never going to play at a franchise level. He's not your future. So anyway, they gotta make some decisions. By the way, you bring him back. You're asking for a season of a lot of negativity, in my opinion, too. You're setting him up to come in here, especially if he doesn't have everything perfect around him. And that's going to be hard to do in year one, cleaning up this mess. Having him around, and then you start him, and he plays poorly. You are just asking for a frigging fight. Because he's a question every day. He is like, oh, my God, more Tua. I mean, we Tua ourselves to death here. Tua's clickbait for guys. In case you haven't noticed, our writers, update on Tua. What Tua can do. My partner yesterday came in there. He's all over everything. Former Pro Bowler, rips Tua. Kim Bocamper, show me the money. No, he did the whole thing yesterday. So anyway. We've got a lot of other stuff. We have a weird story out there to get to besides all this stuff, and we'll get into all this stuff a little bit later on. And from some of the comments last night. Thank God people snuck that out. That was supposed to be a private event last night for certain season ticket holders, that thing. I believe Nat Moore actually.
I mean, I'll play it for you when we come back here, but I don't think you're going to get much from it. I mean,
okay. It was generic, right?
Of course it was.
Well,
we talked to him and we told him we don't know, and
I agree.
It was essentially, Joe, was the same exact thing that they said.
Right, Slowick. Bobby Slowick said.
Yeah.
It was the same thing Bobby Slowick said.
Yeah, which is, of course, what they're going to say now.
But you're trying.
Because I don't think it's their decision entirely.
Whose decision do you think
I think Stephen Ross has to majorly sign off on this thing.
Well, yeah, he's got to sign off on it. But
you
and I have had this discussion before. All big financial decisions, owners sign off on.
But this is that's a lot of money. Like, they may not be able to just throw this guy off the team. I don't know what Stephen Ross is thinking.
I think Stephen Ross is not worried about his contract.
I hope so.
He's worth.
You were worried about the money.
When?
You've been worried about the money. You said it's a lot of money to throw him off the team. You thought that there was a point that he might be back.
Oh, I did. I did before, but I didn't know he's going to get so bad. That was as I was watching him.
But it is a lot of money, so I assume that he's got to sign off on that. And
no, he's going to sign off. Would he stop?
Okay.
The owners are signing off on huge contracts. You think this guy's going to go, oh, Mr. Ross is going to go to the GM, hey, I read about what you did yesterday on the team, boy.
No,
but
what I'm saying
by
is,
you.
What I'm saying is, I don't know. I mean, is it 100% that he's just like, okay, just dump him?
Oh, I don't think it's 100%, but I think
so. That's what I gathered from it. That, like,
they got to think about it.
You
know what? They got to think about everything on this Tua thing. In fairness to him, and a little bit has to do with your fan base. A little bit does. What's this going to look like bringing him back? Does he ever get better? Is there anything that Mike didn't do last year, which I can answer? Mike did everything possible. He shortened the offense. He got him down to about 3 throws that he could make. And now you get me on a rip, sitting here ripping stuff. Anyway, yeah, we'll have more. But, man, that's the word is that I've been told that that general manager came in here, and he is the big dog. He has got final say. Obviously, when I say that, though, you took it the wrong way, that owner's got to sign off on it. I totally agree. Totally agree. He's got to know. Can you imagine hitting that guy with that big check? Hey, got some news for you. We cut him yesterday. Sorry I didn't get to you. I was busy at a birthday party with my kid after I made the decision. But I wanted to let you know because you've probably seen it. That's not going to happen. That was trying to be a smart ass. No, that would he'd be part of that decision. All right. Hey, man, this Nick Castellanos story comes out. He gets released from down here, Archbishop McCarthy High School. Went kind of through the whole thing, man. I remember when he got drafted and his mom and his dad and the whole deal. And he goes on to have a really good career, still playing, has 1 year left, and they released him. Anyway, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Kind of just, I had to read it like 45 times last night. I was like, this is a weird one. And he's a fireball. I get it, man. Part of probably what's made him successful and the career he's had is because he's got a little chip on his shoulder. He looks like that dude that plays with a chip on his shoulder every day. We'll talk more about that when we come back. We have all kinds of stuff going on here this morning. Right now, though, I want to talk to you about Atlantic Men's Clinic. ED, low T, how's your sex drive doing, man? Have you noticed you just seem like you're grumpy all the time? I said something to Bo. Go, Bo, man, you're going to be a grumpy old man. You going to Atlantic Men's Clinic because you need to. And anyway, I don't want to get into our conversation, but I want to tell you, man, if you're dealing with ED or low T, your energy level is real bad, your sex drive is gone, nothing's working, man, and you're sitting there going, is this just age just getting me like this where I'm tired and I'm moody and I just sit around and do nothing and my sex drive is just gone and that little wife of mine's looking good? It goes on for every guy sooner or later is going to deal with it. It is great to have Atlantic Men's Clinic, taking care of all of it for you. You get the PSA test, if medically advised to test dose. You meet with their professional staff, and then you get on the program, man. They look at your numbers and put you on a program specifically for you. And, man, it works fast. I've been on it for 2 years, and my low T and ED were so bad, I'm embarrassed to tell you. It's terrible. 7 locations in South Florida. Brand new one in Hollywood. I go to Plantation on my way there today. Call them 877-455-7300. The most important appointment, most important thing you can do is set up that first one and go hear what they have to say. Get the testing done and then join the team at Atlantic Men's Clinic. You'll be glad you did because the results are fast and they're spectacular. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com for more information. All right, welcome back, and good morning. Hey, Woody, you working on that sound, or what? You dropped me. You dumped me on my sound. Last night, John Eric Sullivan, I believe the Dolphins had a private function for certain people last night to get a game plan. Hey, get it right from the horse's mouth, the guy that's running the show, our new general manager, John Eric Sullivan, whose father was a hell of a wide receiver coach. And one of my favorite guys, only here a year, maybe two, but I got to tell you, sometimes you get close to assistant coaches and sometimes you don't. But the old school guys like to, they come by and he's still alive, his father. I think it's Jerry Sullivan. And he talked to us and always, guys love playing for him, man, because they got better. They got better. And you know what? You can be just about any way possible when players respect you and realize you know what you're talking about. And he was one of those guys. Went to Jackson High School. I still remember. And he goes, I grew up down there. I go, oh, what high school? And he said, Jackson. I went, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. So he's an old Jackson High School Miami guy. So anyway, his son now's running the show. By the way, like a dumbass, probably should have known that right away and didn't know that until somebody told me. It goes, wow, that's pretty cool considering one of my favorite guys. You get favorite guys through the years that you really like, and assistant coaches at UM and with the Dolphins, and he was one of those guys. He was one of those guys, man, that had a great way of getting his message across and had some old school, but yet really related to young guys, man. He was great. He was fantastic, and son's now running the show down here. So anyway, we're talking about Nick Castellanos. Always been interesting, especially when you go through the draft with him. I remember when he was drafted out of Archbishop High School, Archbishop McCarthy, off Flamingo Road there, not too far from the house. And he's put up some great numbers in different places he's been. He really has some great offensive years and has had a really good career, and he's made a ton of money. This was the fifth year of a $100 million deal. So he get it. It's all guaranteed. He's got $20 million. The Phillies apparently couldn't trade him, so they released him. So he's hanging out now in baseball games here, and his kids are back here, and now I'm guessing he's going to get picked up. He's coming off a year, 17 home runs and 72 RBIs, can swing a bat, had some great playoff games as well for the Phillies. But it must have got real bad that they decided to let him go. It had to be a lot more than just he's not a good defensive player in the outfield. So, but this is a weird one. He came out, he's brutally honest, and told the story. And it happened. And it's funny because I was watching when they were, and the next day they said Castellanos, who's playing back home where his family is, won't be playing today. And they made it sound like it wasn't arrest day, something had happened. And he had been pulled out of the game the night before for defensive reasons late in the game. So apparently that just kind of, whatever happened that night was bad. And so he sent out, hey man, I got pulled out of the game. I was pissed off. I grabbed a beer and went to sit in the dugout. Well, I don't know where that ranks for baseball players, but bringing a beer while the game's going on is probably in the dugout. I mean, I get it. Guys drink beer we didn't drink in the locker room, but outside we'd have a beer, before we go home and all sit around, or a couple beers out before everybody go their different directions for the night. But it's a weird one. I was like, that's kind of, when you do the rules, I guess you have, rules on, and I don't know, sound like you didn't have Rob Thompson, the manager, didn't have a great relationship with him. And I got a feeling if Nick had something on his mind, Nick Castellanos guy is going to let you know, and right away if he doesn't like it. And it may not be a tone and things you like, but Dave Dombrowski, obviously, who runs the show, had to be bad, man, to let the guy go. So this is a strange story. A beer in the dugout, but they said, hey, he didn't pop it. He's getting ready to open it, and the player stopped him like, hey, bro, don't do this. It's a bad look. You drinking a beer, they get a shot of that, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for you, man. Don't do it. So I guess he said he ended up, he had, I don't know, a Presidente or whatever the beer was, but didn't drink it. But they had a discussion after the game, and Dombrowski came down. He was, I don't want to say suspended, but got the day off. Told him he wouldn't be playing the next day. And then I think everything kind of moved on. But late in games, he was taken out of some games for defensive purposes. Guys that were better late games when they were either way down or way up, that somebody replace them. But it's just a strange story, man. Just kind of telling the whole story instead of just letting it go. And he was great. And a lot of people liked him up in Philly, loved his attitude, loved the way he played, kind of kissed my rear end. I'm going to go out and do what I need to do. But part of a strange story, the beer. I will always think about rules. And I know baseball, I used to always talk with Latzman about, hey, man, how many rules do you have here? And he was like, well, I like guys on friggin' on time. I'd like them in the clubhouse by a certain time so they can stretch with their guys. And, of course, Miguel Cabrera just blew that apart for anybody who used to go out there. And that was one of the first times, because it didn't happen on our teams, because of Shula. He would just cut you unless you're really good. But he'd get his message across to everybody. But I used to watch those guys and go out, and we go live for NBC and we were out there all the time with the baseball team at the football stadium, and they stretch with groups, and I'd always look over, and I was good friends with some of the guys who go, yeah, you notice who's not here yet. And he come late to games, Miguel Cabrera, and the joke was he'd come late to games, and he might have been out all night, and he'd get 3 or 4 hits. He'd drive in 3 or 4 runs. He's one of the greatest hitters of all friggin' time. If there's ever been a player that was just a natural hitter, and I know sometimes I exaggerate things, there's a few guys in baseball. Manny Ramirez, another one. I think Manny Ramirez could get up early in the morning, be out all night, grab a little something to eat, and then show up hurting and get 3 hits, right, at the ballpark. And Miguel Cabrera is one of those guys too. So, and on the road, the road stories are legendary. I mean, he was just, but his weight obviously got huge, but he could hit, man. He could hit skinny. He could hit heavy. He could hit right out of rehab. He did it all, and he'd show up and you're going, he's back. It's like, he hadn't swung a bat in a month. Look at him. He's the best hitter we got right now. He was that good. So, crazy stories, though, man. Crazy stories on rules and regulations for teams. I wonder if they ever put that one. Hey, by the way, if you have to sit, no alcohol in the dugout. I'm guessing that's got to be one. Okay, that's like having a beer on the sideline. You're going, hey, you're out for the game. We're gonna sit you the rest of the game. And the guy goes, all right, hey, go get me a beer while I'm sitting here, would you?
Well, it's like the co-ed softball league or something.
Yeah, right? It's just right. I don't know, man. Nick, you got me on that one, brother. I can't wait to see and hear about that one. Again, I'm guessing he'll find another home for his career here, still in his 33, 34 years old. And, hey, I don't know, the Marlins, it's cheap. I mean, you get him on the cheap. He's going to play basically whatever minimum wage is for a veteran guy because he's got $20 million coming from the Phillies. He's making his money. By the way, he's made a lot of it because this will be when this contract's done, this last 20, that would have been part of $100 million contract. So he's
baseball
fine.
Contracts are nutty.
Yeah, man. For now they are. But boy, it's going to be interesting to see. The Dodgers are pissing everybody off.
Yeah,
man.
I saw that. Yep.
The Dodgers going, we got another guy. He's a good hitter. Our lineup just got a little better.
Well, it's just stupid, though. Like, at some point, you got to cap the money, don't you?
Well, I guess the other part is, did you really need the last guy you just picked up? You've won with the guys.
Not, though?
You got everybody coming back. And the question is, do you really need another starting pitcher? Do you really need another guy?
If there's nothing to stop him, why not?
No, there isn't. Hell, they spent $600 million on one guy, and it's mostly backloaded. Shohei Ohtani's contract.
Yeah, that contract's wild.
Did you see it's not much now? And everybody's going, wow, why isn't their payroll higher? And they go, it's backloaded. It will be.
We'll be paying him for the next, 20
Oh,
years or
Lord.
something? Yeah, that thing's.
He's
There's a bunch of guys that have had those contracts that they're getting paid late in life.
backloaded.
Yeah.
I only need so much to live out here in L.A. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Woody, we got to go to break here, but it is a crazy time. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff to get to here this morning. We got some college football news that kind of in with the whole quarterback talk that we're going to have for you when we come back here. Broke last night, and we'll jump into that a little bit. But I do want to tell you about Beverly's Jewelers. You know tomorrow's Valentine's Day, right? I've been on this Valentine's Day thing because I've noticed we've had some of our biggest fights because of Valentine's Day. Just to be honest, it hadn't been great. I've tried some funny things. They didn't go over well. And by the way, I do not recommend going out and getting a Reese's peanut butter cup, Hershey's chocolate, and maybe a couple of your other favorites and put them in a little bag there and hand them to her because she said she likes chocolates. Did not find that funny. Found that is a slap in the face. Did not go over well. But I will tell you, going to Beverly's Jewelers is a home run for the holiday season, for Valentine's Day. Does not matter. Right now, get a stunning. Listen to this. If you're just about ready to pop the big question, I think I can speed the process up for you. You can get a stunning 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond, VVS clarity, E-color, set in a custom-made 14-karat gold engagement ring for just $3,999. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. Again, 3-carat diamond ring for only $3,999. That will take care of it. You've been saving up for this ring. You want to get her. What are you doing, man? Beverly's Jewelers. You got to go see it in person. You can get all different shapes and sizes and get the same type of savings. Hurry. It's a limited time offer. Beverly's Jewelers, by the way, for Valentine's Day, diamond studs, tennis bracelets, necklaces, whatever it is you're looking for, whatever the price range, they've got something for you to really score big when you go in there. And if you need some extra cash, Beverly's pays top dollar for your old gold, silver, and jewelry with immediate payment, plus interest-free financing, free gift wrapping. It's a home run. They got a great staff to make sure you get exactly what you need for Valentine's Day. What are you waiting for, man? Get out to Beverly's Jewelers in Fort Lauderdale off Commercial Boulevard, or go online to bevjewelers.com. I call that the teaser, and then shoot over there and get yourself something that you need. Diamond engagement ring, nobody's got the selection they have. That's their specialty, man. Beverly's Jewelers, where South Florida gets engaged.
Text
And what do you perceive going forth with Tua? And will you be looking at other quarterbacks in the draft?
Excuse me. Of course, we'll be looking at other quarterbacks in this draft. Every draft thereafter. But look, Tua was in my office the other day, if I'm being perfectly frank. We had a great conversation. Tua has been a very good player in this league. He's done a lot of really good things for the Miami Dolphins. You guys should be proud to have him and having had him. I don't know what the future holds right now, and I told Tua that. We're working through some things. What I can tell you is that we're going to infuse competition into that room, whether Tua's part of the room or whether he's not part of the room. We're going to infuse competition into that room like we will do at every other position. Tua knows where we are. We've been very honest and upfront. And Tua also knows that he will be the first to know when we make a decision. So if Tua is the first to know, you guys can't be the first to know. And I know that you respect and appreciate that, but we're getting close to a decision. And when we do, we'll let Tua know whether he's going to be part of this or not, and we'll move forward. But you can rest assured that we will add competition to that room one way or the other to make it the best that we can.
Yeah, I don't think I need to add anything.
All right, there you have it. And, boy, the fans have spoken. The fans there last night, they didn't hide it. Get them a couple of beers, man. They were ready to go last night for the thing with that was Nat Moore asking the questions to the general manager, John Eric Sullivan. And as long as you got your cell phone, people are going to get it. More than one person got that last night and sent that out going, oh, yeah, everybody wants to know. And they got right into it with the Tua thing. I figured they had talked. I don't think that's any surprise. Hey, man, he says all the right things. I mean, on one hand, he's trying to lucky to have him and all that. I just call that potential trade talk. Not lucky to have him right now. Not lucky to have him with that contract. Nobody's thinking that for all the things he's done and all that stuff. It's about the new contract and how you look under that new contract. You don't look very good. Don't look very good. I got people sending me stuff last night and this morning telling me, you may not like it, but if they let him go, he's going to be the top free agent quarterback. Okay. Got all those starts and all right. Stay out of the cold weather. Stay indoors. And we'll see. We'll see what the offense they put in there for him. Because it's hard for me to imagine anybody put in a system that was more quarterback friendly, made for Tua, than what Mike McDaniel just did. Who's now with the Chargers and moved on to the other guy we could have had and putting together a system. They got a lot of free agent money out there with the Chargers. And do you see the Chargers' amount of money on top of everything else? They get their 2 tackles back this year who are both Pro Bowl kind of guys when they're both playing. Slayton and Alt are fantastic players, but injured. Come back if they could stay healthy. They got about, $80-something million in free agent money.
We were talking about here, maybe Tua ends up there.
Maybe.
Backup.
Maybe
you know
not.
their backups are?
Maybe.
Trey Lance. And I didn't realize this guy was in the league, but DJ Yagugule is on that team.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
We were just talking about him the other day.
I had no idea he was in the league. He's, I guess, their practice squad guy.
By the way, how many teams Trey Lance been on as going
50?
He never plays. They just kind of throw him on the team and go, still got that potential.
I don't think there's any potential there.
How many
He's
teams?
not very good.
He's bounced to a few teams here now. So, yeah, that may be something.
He was drafted in 2021, and he has been all over the place.
You know, if Mike says, Mike's probably got, I could see Mike getting that done, right? Mike McDaniel going.
It's certainly possible.
Hey, Jim, do it. If our guy goes down, different style of guy now, doesn't have the big arm and can't run, can't move. Like, like your starter, but we get him on the cheap. Maybe, he's got experience and maybe he can good running game. I don't know.
I mean, he's got to be a better third quarterback than the guy that went 2-10 at FSU.
Yeah, that's I didn't even know he was in the league.
Worse.
I was
I had no
I was
idea
shocked.
either. I'm just finding this out right now.
Didn't go real well. God bless him, because that Florida State year was a disaster.
Didn't he play another year after that? Or
Might
no?
have. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know
Or
anything
no, I
about
guess
him.
not.
Boy, the way that thing started, he bounced from Clemson, where he's supposed to be the next guy. And Klubnik took care of that. And then what else happened to him? He went to Oregon State, if I'm not mistaken, put up decent numbers. Florida State thought they were getting the guy.
I don't think he was drafted.
Oh, he definitely wasn't drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see that happening. Anyway, man, I don't listen. You gotta say all the right things, right? You gotta say all the right things. And I agree, he's gonna be the first one to know. But I mean, we can say all these nice things about him, but you can't at the end of the conversation go, we don't know what we're gonna do with you yet. We're not sure. I mean, that's not exactly, if you've been the guy and you got a franchise contract, a franchise serious 50-something million a year contract, and you're GM and you're kind of wondering what the new guys are thinking and not just the grumpy old guys are saying about you. And he goes, well, we're not sure what we're going to do with you yet. That's not exactly the confidence I'd want to hear going in there. I'm sure Tua would have liked to have heard, although I think Tua wants a fresh start. He realizes, and you heard the fan base last night, they were like, move on. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Get him
They
out.
turned on his ass pretty
Get
quick,
him out.
man.
Get him out. Hey, finish. All right, we hear you. And then we're going to get some more quarterbacks. They say, yeah, we need some freaking quarterbacks in here, man.
That was one of the most vicious splits of like Miami sports fans that I think I've ever seen. Right? The people that liked Tua and didn't like Tua. I mean, it was vicious.
Yeah, it was.
They went after people, man.
It was like the neighbors that just couldn't get along. One family had Tua jerseys on, and the other one said, we took the wrong guy.
But it got really vicious.
It was bad. Yeah.
Remember, they were going after writers, and it was ugly.
Nobody was safe. Hey, speaking of that, gosh darn it, I teased it, and I didn't get to it, which I'm very known for. Trinidad Chambliss.
He's back.
He got it. He finally found
it. For now, the NCAA, I don't think he's going to give this one up, but
I don't know. The court stuff on the NCAA, they seem to lose every one, man.
So he'll be 24.
I don't care about
when
his
next
age.
Season kicks off. How about that?
He gets his 6th year at Ole Miss. I figure it's got to be around $7 million a year. Got the eligibility extension off some year where he was hurt, and the NCAA didn't understand how injured he was, and his attorney did a great job of explaining it. And the crazy part, he was expected to be the 2nd or 3rd quarterback taken behind Mendoza. And he, like Dante Moore, Arch Manning, and John Mateers all said, no, we're going back. By the way, I think that's all the $7 million club I just mentioned.
Yeah, well, I'd take the 7 instead of rolling the dice on being a 2nd-round pick in the draft. Wouldn't you?
No, I don't come from that. Like, if you're one of the top guys, if you're a top 3 quarterback and you're going
what you
back.
Come from is different, though, than what's going on now. Joe, the guy's got to go back and play 12 college games, right?
Would he?
For $7 million, almost $1 million a game.
So what if he gets hurt? Number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
All right. Well, I'm glad you know that. Second of all, I don't downplay that. Second of all, how about if you don't play as well and your team doesn't look the same as it did this year? And all of a sudden you're in with all these other guys who, by the way, they're all coming out next year. Next year, I don't know how good they're all going to be.
Well, maybe he has different information than you have, though. That's also
that's true.
Possibility, right? Maybe they said, hey, Mendoza's going first, but you're not going in the first round.
Hey, by the way, he might have heard. You're right. Maybe his guy said, hey, I don't know if you're going in the first couple of rounds. Why don't you come back another year? That could be, Woody. By the way, that's fair. Ask Quinn
But it's
Ewers.
A very tough call, man, to go back to college and be the king of campus for a whole year and just sit, $7 million. You clearly don't have to go to class.
One thing's for sure, he's going back knowing he's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, he's going to make $7 million and give him a nice place to live. They're going to give him a car to drive around in. I guess it's not such a bad package.
Well, he won't. Trust me, with that $6 or $7 million, he'll be able to get any kind of car he wants on his own and send money to mom and the whole thing. But
Yeah, it's not a bad deal, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, if there was no NIL money or very little of it, his ass would be turning pro. He'd have
then it wouldn't be a
He'd have been
discussion.
working out at the combine right now. Probably got there early for that thing. Anyway, hey, we got the 7 o'clock hour coming up. Yeah, Trinidad Chambliss, man, got a 6-year of eligibility. Amazing, unbelievable. Was expected to be the second or third quarterback taken in this NFL draft.
And if he gets hurt early in the season,
I'll tell you,
the other
guys are going, hooray, this is great.
Yeah. We're going to have guys in their late 20s playing college ball here.
Jeez, man. It's boy, all you got to do is stub your toe. It looks like you another year eligibility right now with they go in and go in front of the judge, and the judge Trinidad should have just given him about $500,000 for that decision for thank you money. Hey, it's not hurricane season, but I will tell you this, man, it's always right around the corner, and you have to make this decision every year. All right, we got lucky last year. We didn't get hit with the big storm, so the house is okay. But if you've been thinking about protecting your home with hurricane windows or doors or a new roof, go to Loctite Impact. They do it all for you. If you got an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now. You can pay later. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm, man. You can visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff ready to answer all your questions here on a Friday, covering all of South Florida. Very competitive prices and a passionate CEO ready to make sure you have a great experience at Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
WQA
73733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than the pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, who will hit the road to take on NC State tomorrow. Tip-off is at 4, and the game can be heard right here on WQAM with our pregame coverage beginning at 3:30. And in hockey, the USA beat Latvia 5-1. Next up, the U.S. will play Denmark tomorrow at 3. So, Joe, we got hockey at 3 o'clock tomorrow. We got Valentine's Day, and we got the All G League dunk contest.
Oh, that's you at your best right there. Throw a little G League in there, a little G League.
You
basketball.
know what, though, Joe? You can bet on it on the Hard Rock app, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Regardless of who's in it.
You might as well just shut your eyes on that one. Shut your eyes and just point.
I'm taking the Heat.
No,
guy.
take your face. All right, that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Seems like the easy route to go. It's either between him or the guy that got beat up the mascot. So
I will
know.
never
Tough
understand the NBA 12, 13 guys, all the guys that sit on the bench.
And they can't
that
get an
you got to
active
go
guy,
to
yep.
friggin' G League to find a guy. It's nothing against our guy or anything else. It's not. It's just you got to go down, literally pull a guy from in the middle of Iowa right now and tell him he's got to come back. He's going to be in the dunk contest where he can make more money. Makes that other guy. That's how he made all his money.
Mac McClung.
Mac was winning that thing.
What happened with him? I guess he said he's done.
He's
going out on top. Like, what happened?
Is he on anybody's roster right now?
Yeah, the Osceola Magic.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I thought you were good. Oh,
no, I think
I
that's
thought you
where
were
he
messing
is.
with me. That was funny. That was good.
He's on the Osceola Magic. That's where he plays.
I just, Adam Silver's been on a hall pass. He has, the NBA commissioner. He has, and the other commissioners. That poor guy in the NHL, they just beat the crap out of him, by the way. Right? Came over. Wasn't he a baseball guy, and he came over, and, they're all mad at him. And Roger gets booed every time he stands in front of anybody, Roger Goodell. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, I hope they play hard on Sunday. I'm curious. They thought putting the world against the best players from the from the United States would really get everybody's juices going, and these guys will be very competitive to play against each other. Now, kind of forgotten in the story, Kevin Durant reminded us, and he did a good job of it. He did. Whether you like Kevin Durant or not, and Kevin Durant truly doesn't care if you like him or not, but he made
I don't know about that.
No, he does.
If you're in high school and you send him something mean, it bothers him.
So
he's gone after a few high school kids.
Kevin Durant said, there are a lot of world guys that are on that All-Star game that played like we did last year. They were throwing up half court shots, not hustling, it wasn't just us, wasn't just the American guys, the old American guys. Everybody was playing the same way. And he was talking about Doncic and Jokic and those guys who are going to be on the world team. I'm really curious, man, because they, in a way, all called each other out, the ones that are talking about this. I think they're all going to have a discussion. I'm guessing the commissioners made it clear. I'd like to see better energy in the game. And I don't want you to treat it like it's a 7th game of NBA Finals, but it'd be really nice if you guys put some effort and didn't just let each other, and instead of taking 42 footers and then everybody gets out of the way and a guy gets it and goes the other end and dunks it, or throws an alley-oop for another guy to dunk it.
So they had to screw it up by doing some weird round robin format where there's like 2 USA teams and 1 world. Joe, it's just not, that league is just not going to deliver, because those guys, they don't want to play in the regular season. They sure as hell don't want to play in an all-star game.
And then we got teams that just got paid big fines for tanking, trying to tank in the name of keeping my damn draft picks up high and get more ping pong balls.
Except that the Jazz, who got fined for tanking, just didn't execute.
By the way,
when they played the Heat,
they don't have to worry about one of their guys out for the year now. Jackson, who they just traded for from Memphis, is
that'll help their tanking efforts. Hey, by the way, I got to correct something I said here. Mac McClung is on the Windy City Bulls. He was moved from the Osceola Magic. And he said,
what
this
he
is
say?
His quote.
He's tired of whipping that ass in that dunk contest.
Apparently, he was he's not doing it this year because he was concerned that other people didn't want to do it if he did it. So I guess people fear him or something.
Woody, I say this all the time. You watch the highlights and they show the best of somebody getting dunked on.
Uh-huh.
All the guys that play so far above the rim,
Talking
it
about the
drives
Anthony
me
Edwards
nuts.
type guys of the world. Yes.
Why can't those
I
guys?
don't know. They got something else going on Saturday, apparently.
It would be so good.
It would be
And
very
then
good.
they up. So I heard this. Stephen A. was talking about Magic Johnson goes, I'm not going to game. They don't care about it. Why would I go knowing they don't care about anything? And why do I want to go? The only reason I can see guys going is their corporate sponsors all show up, give you a chance to have that dinner party that Nike's going to be throwing for their guys, and Adidas going to be throwing for their guys, and New Balance going to be throwing for their guys, and all the new Chinese tennis shoes that are out, all those guys under contract. But
so here you go, Joe. These are the 2K26 dunking rankings here. So you got Anthony Edwards, who leads. You got John Morant, Jalen Johnson, M.N. Thompson. You got Zach LaVine, who's pretty good. Aaron Gordon, who's pretty good. Jaylen Brown. All these different guys here.
I don't blame Jaylen Brown.
Rated dunkers in the video game, at least.
Jaylen Brown is.
What about Zion? Can Zion do anything, or he'll get hurt?
He'll get hurt. But Jaylen Brown, he's carrying that team. His shoulders are so sore
Love
right
to see
now.
Anthony Edwards give this thing a shot.
But
Great.
yes, even Woody, even if you drop down from some of the big name guys you just mentioned in the NBA, you're telling me you don't have some high flyers in that second tier of guys that are on the roster, guys playing 10, 12 minutes a night, 15 minutes a night. I just don't understand why they have to go. I don't know, man. They must be a hell of a lot smarter about marketing than I am if they're trying to keep this and keep sponsors happy and not only that, but their TV partners who are spending stupid money for that.
Yeah, they can't get Anthony
Contracts
Edwards
are
to go
going
out
up.
there and throw a couple down.
Anyway,
They were showing the highlights of Vince Carter the other day. Thing was
you could go back and some of the guys that.
But Anthony Edwards is equally as talented an athlete as
we got guys
Vince
that
Carter.
jump as high, if not higher, that do crazy dunks. They just, I don't know why they don't want to do it when they're getting a chance to make.
That guy in North Carolina the other day jumped out of the building. Their top 5 pick.
Yeah, he's out now. By the way, he broke his hand. If you're wondering what happened to him,
so then he won't be he won't be dunking anytime soon.
No.
He did have his hand all wrapped up during that game.
I saw that. He's banged up for
Cooper
good.
Flagg's hurt, so he can't do it.
Hey, Woody. So anyway, besides that, and I am curious to see Sunday what it looks like. I do not care about the dunk contest.
You can bet on all of these things, though.
I know you can.
3-point
I'm
shootout.
glad. Woody,
who do you like, by the way, in the 3-point contest?
Give me the names.
You got Con Knipple, who I may go with in that one. You got Damian Lillard is in it.
That's
off
a
the
weird
Achilles.
That's a weird one too.
Gotta say, our guy though, Norm Powell's in it.
Powell's in it.
Yeah, who else? No, I have no loyalty to anybody right now. Go ahead.
No loyalty. Devin Booker.
I'm going Devin Booker.
Donovan Mitchell.
I'm going to go Devin Booker.
So there you're already in. Okay.
I'm going Devin Booker.
Maxey.
All right.
Jamal Murray.
Oh, they got some good players.
I think I'm going to take Con Knipple. Maybe because he's a rookie, he'll try hard.
Yeah.
you
Great.
know?
He's one of the Duke guys. The mini Duke guys that got drafted.
Ended up being pretty good, man. He's putting up a lot of points.
He is doing having a nice season. We have all kinds of stuff besides just the NBA All-Star Weekend coming up here. We've got this news coming out in college football. I thought it was done. And he goes back in, and the judge goes, no. We're giving you an eligibility extension. You were injured 1 year, and apparently the league didn't understand how bad it was. And so anyway, he's a backup quarterback last year, so I'm guessing he did not make big money last year. But he'll make up for it this year because all of a sudden he is one of the top guys. And by the way, highly ranked in a bad NFL class of quarterbacks, but a lot of people like Trinidad Chambliss. So we'll see what happens there. But looks like he's going to be back at Ole Miss. Some had him as a second or third quarterback taken. A couple mock drafts had him going in the first round. I don't know if that's the case, but second round, third round, or did somebody tell him, did an agent say, look at Trinidad, go back and make some money, take a full year, get some more starts.
Well, I think Shedeur Sanders is a cautionary tale for a lot of guys, right? Because you just never know, right? If you botch the interviews or you got to, have a bad pro day or combine or whatever.
I don't know,
Woody.
We got hyped.
Something happened with that guy, Joe, where he plummeted.
He turned a lot of people off. I don't know
He
what
might
he
have,
did.
but
I don't know what he did, but this guy has not turned anybody off.
He didn't make $7 million last year.
Trinidad Chambliss has not turned anybody off. His story is unbelievable. He's
It
a
is a
backup
good story.
quarterback. He was a backup to a guy from South Florida.
But I'm guessing that he probably got some information, right? That, hey, you might fall to the second or third round.
Maybe.
Here's a guaranteed payday.
And go back and show him, and you could be a first-round pick.
Yeah.
By the way, if that did happen, and that could have, you're right, that could be the case. And
I'm
if
guessing
it is,
there's more than that to come, by the way. Whatever money they gave him, I'm sure he can go and, park himself at some of the local places over there and do some signings.
Well, he's
probably a legend over there already.
What was that commercial he was doing? He had a commercial. He was changing. They teased you that commercial that he was getting ready to go to a different school, and all he did was change cellular companies. He did that, and they all looked at him like, "Oh, you got us on that one." He's already, man,
you can make enough money next year being a college quarterback to set him up for life.
He outside of Mendoza, he might have been the most impressive quarterback we saw in the playoffs.
Not might. I mean, I think you're right.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Hey, anyway.
He was that one game, the game before Miami. I don't remember who they played. There was another SEC. It was Georgia, right?
Georgia. He was
fantastic
shootout
in that game.
Although
Miami got after him pretty good.
I'll tell you one thing. He came across very likable. That was a very likable week. He and his mother and the whole thing was like.
But he ran into Bain and Mesidor.
Great story. He did.
That didn't go as well.
They didn't care about the commercials and stuff. No, they were on a mission. Hey, your South Florida Chevy dealers, man. Hey, it's that time again. Weekend's coming up. You're starting to look around for a new car, truck, or SUV. Man, all you got to do this weekend, the weather's great. If you're going out looking for a new car, truck, or SUV, stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. Man, these products we have right now, we talk a lot about, have never been better right now than they are right now, with the SUVs to the trucks to the cars, that Corvette. I mean, my gosh, man, we across the board, man. Chevy's been making and keeping a promise to America for more than 100 years. We build dependable trucks for the most dependable people. Hard work is our DNA, same as you. And I want to let you know, when it comes to the truck family, efficiency, power, dependability, capability, you get it all. It's like we've custom made a truck absolutely perfect for you. Chevy trucks, they meet all your needs, whether it's midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty trucks. We make a truck that's absolutely perfect for you and your lifestyle, whether it's hard work Monday through Friday and just enjoyment on the weekends. We got a truck perfect for you and your family and anything you might tow. Check it out, built to handle all your needs from the busy work week to your weekend adventures. Remember, start your drive with Chevrolet. Visit your South Florida Chevy dealers this weekend. Together, let's drive.
quarterback situation. And what do you perceive going forth with Tua? And will you be looking at other quarterbacks in the draft?
Excuse me. Of course, we'll be looking at other quarterbacks in this draft. Every draft thereafter. But look, Tua was in my office the other day, if I'm being perfectly frank. We had a great conversation. Tua has been a very good player in this league. He's done a lot of really good things for the Miami Dolphins. You guys should be proud to have him and having had him. I don't know what the future holds right now, and I told Tua that. We're working through some things. What I can tell you is that we're going to infuse competition into that room, whether Tua's part of the room or whether he's not part of the room. We're going to infuse competition into that room like we will do at every other position. Tua knows where we are. We've been very honest and upfront. And Tua also knows that he will be the first to know when we make a decision. So if Tua is the first to know, you guys can't be the first to know. And I know that you respect and appreciate that, but we're getting close to a decision. And when we do, we'll let Tua know whether he's going to be part of this or not, and we'll move forward. But you can rest assured that we will add competition to that room one way or the other to make it the best that we can.
Yeah, I don't think I need to add anything.
All right. There's the guy we've been talking about. Got final say. General Manager John Eric Sullivan. Final say. Heard him talking. Nat Moore on a very super private event that they had last night at the stadium. We got hey, Woody, how many people you think were told, hey, we'd like to keep this here tonight, and this won't be going out to the media? And you're going, yeah, right.
Well, could you imagine they would have said something like, we're done with him?
Yeah, no, that wasn't going to happen. As long as we're talking
no,
about
no, I know. It's the same answer they've been given.
Yeah. Got to be
could
smart
you imagine,
about
though,
it.
if they were like, hey, this said no cell phone event, we're just going to let it rip here.
John Eric Sullivan did go like, man, we're real lucky to have this guy. And I was thinking, hey, John, we're so happy to have him. Why are we having this discussion about getting rid of him?
They got to do that.
I
know,
no.
Nice
I understand.
Stuff.
Honestly, I like John Eric Sullivan. I listen.
Those guys are straight shooters, though, too.
Yeah,
man.
they are.
I didn't get any BS, stuff from those guys, but they do have to handle this the right way.
I agree. I'm not.
And with that being said, it's not 100% he's gone.
So
certainly not 100% that he's gone. Not even close.
Well, I will say this to what you just said.
You know that.
Because people are talking about it and saying, hey, man, we're financially a disaster in the cap. We may not have money, especially if old Malik Willis decides his agent says 8 to 15, Omar, is not enough, which I don't think it is. And he wants 20 plus with guarantees and looking at him, all of a sudden we can't afford him and somebody else offers him just a big difference in what we do. Now we're starting to look around and maybe we're better off. I literally just got this from a good friend. And we may have to just open this competition to Hewers and Tua and treat them like they're both just got here and let the best man win in the new offense, because it's going to be an offense made for everybody, no longer for anticipation throws only, and see what happens. I hope that's not the case. I'm not changing, but I do know they've got a mess, and they're still going to draft a guy. I do believe, as bad as this quarterback class looks like it is, they're going to try to find a guy on potential later on. I don't expect it to be one of the top 5 picks because we got a lot of other areas we can build around. But I do appreciate he talked to him. He said, I don't know what we're doing with you yet, man, but you'll be the first to know. But I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Well, there's a right way and a wrong way to handle it. Like, you look at what the Bills did. When they, basically came out and said, yeah, that wasn't our call. That was the coach we just fired. He forced us to take this guy with Keon Coleman, right?
Yeah, no, that was
Like, that's not the right way to handle it. Like, they could have, like, you can imagine the Green Bay guys get up there and like, oh, Chris Greer, love this guy. He can't play.
Yeah.
What, like, I don't know what he was doing. That's not on us.
I wish we would have done that a little bit, though. Actually, would have been nice instead of always leaving it wide open with class and not throwing anybody under the bus. I kind of like that Buffalo thing a little bit.
Yeah, except for the fact that now you have to get rid of the guy and he has no value because they know you hate him. So that's not exactly an ideal way to handle it.
Well, listen, man, there's
definitely a chance to his back, though. That's the problem.
It's not a problem.
What's the problem with ripping him?
Just wait.
That would be the problem with ripping him, is what I'm saying.
We can rip him. Everybody's ripping. You hear the crowd?
The crowd does not seem to like it very much.
That's your hardcore fans who are at that event that spent a lot of money with the team. That was their event last night.
But let's be realistic
didn't hide
here.
it.
What if they don't draft a quarterback? And what if they don't think Malik Willis is the guy?
Let me just say this, Woody. First of all, you got to have 3 or 4 guys on your roster, just so you know.
No, I know. But what if they don't? What if they don't draft? All right, let's backtrack. What if they don't draft a quarterback in the first few rounds that they think is the future of the franchise? And what if they don't think Malik Willis is the future? Or what if they get outbid for Malik Willis?
Then you
do you keep Tua on the roster, or do you sign Mariota or someone who's essentially comparable to the guy, just because we don't like his personality?
It's not. By the way, you think this just about Tua's personality?
I think a lot of it is. Yes.
Oh, get out of here! You're being a dumbass. You want to go back to some of those throws?
I know
that you talk about. What are you talking about?
What about Bo? Bo sat there yesterday and was like all the stuff that bothered him about the guy. Like, a lot of it is personal now.
Show me the money.
A lot of it is definitely personal.
I can't see over the top of people.
Like I said,
I can't run.
A lot of it is personal, which is fine. I mean, I get it, man. The guy's clearly run his course here. But if they don't have any other option,
look at man,
and you're already going to pay the guy.
I mean, this thing, I get it, man.
I'd hate to have him here again, but I think it's possible.
No, it is. It is. By the way, it's not 100% that he's gone.
You're going to be paying him regardless.
Yeah.
So if you need a warm body to play the position, like,
well, you got to look at chemistry of the team. Listen, man, every guy on that team knows, no matter what they say this offseason, every guy knows on that team he can't play.
Yeah, but do they dislike him?
No, I don't think.
I don't know what guys think of him.
I think he's probably a good teammate most of the time, except when he says that dumb thing about what was that thing he said about those team meetings get together.
Oh, yeah.
That was
guys weren't showing.
That was a classic. That
wasn't good.
Just another
Definitely
one of the many
good.
classics. But like, listen, man, at the end of the day, unless there was something wrong with his arm, he can't throw. He can't do those anticipation throws. It was bad. He can't run a lick.
I'm with you,
He is the worst running quarterback.
You don't have to keep piling on the guy. I'm with you.
I'm not dogpiling on him.
I am with you 1,000% that he needs to go. But with that being said, I'm just playing from their side of things. If you need someone to play the position and you're already going to pay, you have to pay the guy regardless. And if they don't view him as toxic to the locker room, then they may be like, this is an option for us.
Someday we're going to get a guy that is a quarterback here, that's a franchise quarterback that wants to be the lead dog in this town, that wants to go to big events and be the face of it.
I'm with you.
And stand up there. He's going to show up, and you're going to go, wow, that's our guy, man.
But the reality is that that guy might not be out there this offseason.
No, it may not happen right away,
That's
Woody.
the reality of it.
I don't disagree with that.
And if you're going to pay Tua, whether he's here or somewhere else, then I do think they're going to, at the very least, they would consider that option. And again, unless he's toxic over there and they just think they can't have him around.
I think it was really good for our general manager to get a little taste from the fans, 1,000 fans who were at that thing, 1,000, of how they feel about the quarterback situation. That's all.
I'm with you.
Don't make this sound like it's the Bo and Joe only on this Tua thing.
I just told you I'm with you.
I know, but I'm getting tired of media people picking all our stuff up and making it sound like because they're a bunch of cowards and don't want to write anything about it. That's fine.
Well, that's because they need access.
Yes, they got to be there. You're exactly right, and I don't. But let me just tell you something, man. Don't like everything Bo says. Bo's not just. Bo didn't like show me the money when you come out. That's your comment. Instead of thank it, he's looking at those fans like it's his mom and dad. like they're growing up and didn't have enough money except for a ticket out in the right field bleachers when he's 6 years old, try to catch a doubleheader, on a tight budget.
See, this is where like the things get like a little almost irresponsible. Like this guy Jedi texts in and says Tua. I just see Tua and season like Sam Darnold, and I'm not even like going to read the rest of it because it's like
he thinks Tua's like Sam Darnold.
He goes essentially saying, "What if he beats out the competition, has a Sam Darnold season, and leads them to the playoffs?" Like, no, man, no, stop. You use your eyes and watch. Like, you just use your eyes.
But we do have people out there still drinking the Tua Kool-Aid that if he just gets a chance, he's going to come back and be a different guy.
Yeah.
First of all, this roster is not going to look in this first year with these guys is not going to look like any of the top teams in the NFL yet. They're going to need more time.
You need to use your eyes and just watch. Like the guys that have had these resurgences in their career, like who would you put in that? Like Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
What does Tua have in common physically with Baker Mayfield?
Nothing.
What does Tua have in common physically with Sam Darnold?
Nothing.
Even less than he would with Baker Mayfield. Like Sam Darnold is a polar opposite of this dude.
Anyway, listen, man, it's just
it's
it's how I feel, and you may be right. They may have to keep him.
I've been down on Tua for like a year.
I'm not saying this.
Like
I'm not. No. I'm not throwing you. I understand.
I'm just saying from a general manager standpoint, they have to look at like reality.
Hey,
and if you're going to be paying the guy,
there's a lot of people out there when they decide to do this contract. A lot of our fans, I know we don't talk about them, and a lot of people say, "What are we doing? We just made a big mistake." And it seemed like as soon as he got that money, that 180 something million guaranteed, he got most of it. Let me finish. He got most of that money. I don't need you to cut me off while I'm talking about his money. That all of a sudden I don't know what happened to him this year. He was awful. He was bad. Troy Aikman saw it. I think Troy Aikman's one of the reasons he was on the bench. By the way, how many years you got to be around to have a little urgency? And we just blame the coach. How about the quarterback spin around, gets everybody on the ball and has 3 or 4 plays he likes? If he can handle that when you're down 21 in the third quarter. All right. Hey, man.
I wasn't trying to get you riled. Texter thinks I'm trying to get you riled up. I wasn't trying to get
you
riled
up. You are. Because you just go out.
No,
you did
I'm
this
not
to
throwing out
Bo.
anything.
No, you did this to Bo yesterday, and he's easy to get going.
Well, I like getting Bo riled up. But I was not trying to rile you up.
But it's not real funny. It's not real funny when somebody gets you riled up.
I'm not riled up at all.
You were a little fired up when somebody, some woman, some jackass woman.
Stop throwing the basketball
Some woman keeps saying you should be fired from a coach you're not getting paid for. Hey, we got to go to break here, man. We got
Tua's in your head, man.
He's not in my head actually at all. Truly isn't.
Let it go. They paid him. It's done. Let it go.
Are you done? You just try to.
I'm not trying to stir up anything.
You are bait. Your whole thing is
it's done.
No substance, just bait. That's what you are. You're just the bait man.
Bait.
You're just bait. Your nickname is Hollywood Miserable Bait. Is what I'm going to start calling you this morning.
You're the one dogpiling, not me.
I'm not. I'm trying not to. Poor Bo. Look what you guys did.
You should have been at that event last night cheering.
Standing out. About 4 beers. They're standing there. I can hear Nat going, how many tequilas has he had? Oh, no. Somebody ask Joe if he'll leave, please. All right. Hey, I want to talk to you.
Someone actually offered me tickets to that event yesterday.
Hey, how about Nat coming right out with it?
Yeah.
Nat, hey, God bless my boy Nat.
Yeah.
Now, Nat just said, all right, hey, great to have you. Welcome. Man, I know you've been busy. What are we doing to her? All right.
Imagine you and Bo in the front row standing and clapping. You guys yelling in the background like all these other people in the video.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, I got to move on here. You're such a clown. You really are a clown. And you're right, everybody. He's just trying to get me going.
You show up at the event wearing a Tua jersey with black tape over it.
Are you
with
done?
An X.
I have a Tua jersey at home, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
What are you saving it for in case the value goes up on it?
Now you're taking shots.
Maybe he goes to Chargers.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
No, go ahead. You want to do your, maybe I'll do you want an hour? You take from 9 to 10. You can do 9 to 10 today. And you seem like you have a lot to say. I want to talk to you about Chill Zone. Air conditioning. Oh my gosh. The president came in here a couple of weeks ago, Melissa De Verona, and she is fantastic. And I went, hey, this is the way you run an air conditioning company. I said, you're the president? She goes, yeah. I take all the calls when they come in. That's my job. I do it. I send the crews out. I got a crew that's been with me. I got trucks that have been with me for years and years and years. A great experience. Know what they're doing. Dependable. And if you need a new air conditioning unit, or you need the one you have just needs to be fixed, or you need duct cleaning, man, they do it all at Chill Zone. They really do. They cover all of South Florida plus, from Key Largo to Tampa. Great service. Service like, if you're frustrated right now with the last couple of air conditioning companies you've used, you got to try them. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, and you won't be going anywhere. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Tell them you heard it here on 104.3 WQAM. Whatever kind of repairs you need or new air conditioning unit, let Melissa and her staff come in and take great care of you. I think you're really going to like it. 20 years of experience. Chill Zone will make sure they get it done for you. Call 786-378-2778. Again, tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM. ChillZoneAC.com. You can learn more about the company. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning this weekend.
All-star coverage across Odyssey Sports is powered
All right, welcome back. We're expecting Robert Bailey, the president of Rosenhouse Sports, to give us a call if he's out there. And it's got a big charity event that I was involved with last year. Great event. If you're looking to get involved, we'll tell you about it during the show here this morning and see if Robert is going to call us. But we've got coming up Alan Poupart, SI.com Dolphins, and the All Dolphins podcast to join us with all this stuff that's going on this morning. Hey, one of the hottest names is actually, it's going to be interesting for two of our quarterbacks. Catch that? Two of our quarterbacks. One that we may want and may be the hottest name going in Malik Willis. He might end up being one of the hottest names, and nobody knows the upside of him compared to all the other guys out there who have been veteran quarterbacks. And the second one is what's going to happen with Tua and what's his value. Is anybody interested in him being a starting quarterback for their team? I don't know. I truly don't know what that situation is. By the way, we got him. Robert Bailey, president of Rosenhouse Sports, 11 years in the NFL, two-time national champion. He's got some Super Bowl rings. Robert, that's a lot of stuff, man, for President Rosenhouse. That resume is impressive, brother. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Joe. It's always great to be, on with you. You run a good program. You've been, a namesake in South Florida for a long time. I'm actually honored to be on with you again, man. This is year 4 for our foundation, and I'm happy to be on.
Well, listen, let's get right into it here. I do have some stuff I wanted to ask you, but third annual Match Point for Mental Health Pickleball Tournament. It was big last year. I had a blast. I'm not going to be here this year. I'm going to be in California with my dad. But, hey, I want you to talk about this. It's a great event. It's at Diadem Pickleball Complex in Coconut Creek, set up with all those great pickleball courts up there.
Yeah, 100%, man. Let me first start off by saying, we have programs at Kennedy Kids Foundation. We partner with Nicholas Children's Hospital to help the kids that go there and get Baker acted. It's called Camp Kennedy during the summertime. We have partnerships with Brave and Discovery to help kids with therapy. But all that costs money. And we put on a bunch of events during the year to fundraise. This is one of our fundraisers, our third annual pickleball event at Diadem. And, we give out cash prizes. It's free lunch for everybody. Come out and join us and play and help us raise money to fund these programs to help these kids with mental health and suicide ideation. Every month I'm seeing if it's, kids, friends, kids, players that I played with years ago, the suicide it's just been taking over our community, and we got to find a way to stop. Please come out and help and have a good time, playing pickleball, but at the same time, you're helping save lives. And it's not a lot of money. You can bring, you can bring a partner, a friend. You get lunch. There's cash prizes. We have a great time, but we also talk about some of the resources and tools that you can use to help your family members or your friends with suicide ideation and their mental health. So please come on out. February 21st. It will be a great time.
www.kennedykids.org to get involved.
And click on the events button. kennedykids.org. Click on the events button. Scroll down and register. Please help us support mental health in our communities. We love the community. We want to help these kids. Technology, internet, social media is all attacking our kids' mental health. We need to find a way to teach the kids the tools so they can help themselves. Please come on out.
Well, you're right. Social media just does not help for a lot of kids. Just not a good thing. It gets vicious for these kids. Robert, you've been through this with your daughter, man. This is not just something you picked up for with free time. I mean, this hits home.
This hits home. I lost my daughter, going on 4 years now, to suicide, and I just couldn't stand the pain. And I said, I have to do something. This pain that I go through was just immense. And I wanted to help other families, so that they didn't join my club, right? And so we started the Kennedy Kids Foundation. We created all the programs. We've gone into schools, high schools. We set up programs, did luncheons, talk to people. Just do anything that we can to expand and.
Robert, we just lost you, buddy. I'm not sure where you are, but you're
yeah.
back. We're back. We lost you for just a second.
I'm sorry,
there you
guys.
go.
A lot of people that call themselves influencers, and they pick certain topics and subjects that they've never gone to school. They can't advise you on. They're not certified advisors or therapists, but on social media, they talk like they have all the answers, and it actually leads our kids down the wrong road.
Oh,
so we need you to come out and support us and help us during this time.
Robert, it's great that you're doing this. I got to tell you, the event last year was great. And by the way, if you can't go and you've gone through anything like this or know somebody has, you want to just donate some money, they will take it, and you'll know it's going for a great cause for somebody that's whose family's been through this firsthand. So, man, we appreciate it. Hey, before I let you go, I got to ask you, boy, this world you guys are living in with the Rosen House and being in the agent business and the marketing business for college and high school kids. It's incredible talking to some of your people about this whole world of not just the NIL for college kids, but everything that's going on. You guys obviously represent as many players as just about anybody in the NFL, but the high school and college stuff, I don't know how you do it. How hard is it getting to represent even marketing for athletes now? Is that even tough?
It's very hard. It's very hard because high school players think they should automatically be making, millions of dollars. It's hard to, communicate with kids that have such high expectations, but it's our job to do it. And we have to do it if we want to compete, if we want to help these kids reach their goals and their dreams. You got to help them. And I think NIL is a good thing. I think it gives a lot of kids who otherwise would play football for a very long time and bring a lot of money to institutions that wouldn't make it to the NFL, actually would end up exiting the game without a dime in their pocket. At least now, you got a percentage of kids that now can play football in the sport they love and not make it to the NFL, but at least have some sort of financial cushion when they walk out of college and are able to go into the communities and start businesses and invest in homes and real estate and do all these kind of things to get their life started. That's why I love NIL. But, listen, it is a challenge, but it's a good challenge, and we accept it at Rosenhouse Sports. We actually love it.
Robert, Saturday, February 21st is the going to be the big event. Go to www.kennedykids.org. Get all the information. I hope everybody out there, if you don't play pickleball, we'd love to see you out there. Donate money if you can. I know Robert and his family and everybody else in the University of Miami family would really appreciate it.
Yes, 100%. February 21st, Diadem Complex in Coconut Creek. 3rd annual Mental Health Kennedy Kids Pickleball Tournament. Please go to kennedykids.org. Click on the events button, top left, events button, scroll down, register. We would love to see you. Come win some of that money out there that we're willing to give away.
Robert, thank you. Take care of yourself,
guys.
buddy.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Joe.
All right, you got it. Robert Bailey joining us, president of Rosenhouse Sports, talking about the great charity event. Hey, before we go to break here, we got Alan Poupart going to join us. We come back from SI.com Dolphins and All Dolphins podcast. Got to take a second. We're very busy. There's a lot of stuff going on. The World Baseball Classic is back, man. What a great event. When they put those together and then you see Dominican Republic and Venezuela and all these other great baseball countries are going to be involved, and all the best players in baseball are going to be involved, and we got it right here at Lone Depot Park. March 6th through the 17th, it's going to be a great tournament down here. Dominican Republic, Israel, the Netherlands, Venezuela. Hey, man, going head-to-head. Must-see matchups for you. Nonstop action, championship games. I mean, it is going to be fun, and it's going to be right here, March 6th through the 17th. The best of baseball playing for their countries, and you know how big it is. So get ready to come on out and be part of it. The atmosphere is unbelievable when you go to a World Baseball Classic game. Buy your tickets now at marlins.com/WBC. That's marlins.com/WBC. Make sure you get your tickets and get ready for the great event.
JRS.com. Starting with Canes Hoops, we'll hit the road to take on NC State tomorrow. Tip-off is at 4, and the game can be heard here on WQAM with our pregame coverage beginning at 3:30. And in hockey, the USA beat Latvia 5-1. Next up, the U.S. will play Denmark tomorrow at 3:10. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
We're dealing with a lot of member questions. And, of course, you know what the first one is. The quarterback situation. And what do you perceive going forward with Tua? And will you be looking at other quarterbacks in the draft?
Excuse me. Of course, we'll be looking at other quarterbacks in this draft. Every draft thereafter. But look, Tua was in my office the other day, if I'm being perfectly frank. We had a great conversation. Tua has been a very good player in this league. He's done a lot of really good things for the Miami Dolphins. You guys should be proud to have him and having had him. I don't know what the future holds right now, and I told Tua that. We're working through some things. What I can tell you is that we're going to infuse competition into that room, whether Tua's part of the room or whether he's not part of the room. We're going to infuse competition into that room like we will do at every other position. Tua knows where we are. We've been very honest and upfront. And Tua also knows that he will be the first to know when we make a decision. So if Tua's the first to know, you guys can't be the first to know. And I know that you respect and appreciate that, but we're getting close to a decision. And when we do, we'll let Tua know whether he's going to be part of this or not, and we'll move forward. But you can rest assured that we will add competition to that room one way or the other to make it the best that we can.
Yeah, I don't think I need to add anything.
John Eric Sullivan discussing Tua. It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, ToyotaofHollywood.com. We send it back to our biggest Tua dogpiler, Joe Rose.
Can you just throw it back? Always stop taking shots, please. By the way,
hopefully Alan will help you with some dogpiling here.
So I got to tell you, so John Eric Sullivan said, hey, man, we're lucky he's done a lot of great things. And then I had to tell him, I don't know if I'm going to have you back or not. Like, I saw those tapes from last year. They weren't great. Alan Poupart, SI.com, Dolphins, and All Dolphins podcasts. Alan, how you been, bud? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm
dogpiling is what I hear.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Boy, that grumpy old Kim Bokamper was in here yesterday, too. It was nobody was safe around here, especially Tua. So let me ask you, everybody's saying all these nice things, and how do you think this is going to end up with Tua? I know there is a chance he's going to be back in part of this competition, but what do you think is going to happen? I know we're in cap hell. I know it, but what do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine him coming back, isn't it? I mean, all the signs. I mean, if you agreed between the lines, connect the dots, read the tea leaves, all those good things. It's really hard to envision Dolphins bringing him back, and it's time now. I mean, it's like, what, 6 years? Tannehill was 7 years. I mean, it's not like the Dolphins don't give it a shot when they have their starting quarterback. So, yeah, let's move on. And I was going to say, you saw at his best, the Dolphins didn't get where they wanted to go, came up short every time they faced a high-end opponent. And then it's not gotten any better. It's gone in the wrong direction. What would make us believe that it's going to swing back and even reach heights that weren't attained when everything was at its best with Tua at quarterback?
Alan, I've been getting a lot of this the last 2 days, and I need your help on this. So if they do like Malik Willis, then they know him better than anybody. We've beaten up that topic. They've all been together the last 2 years in Green Bay. But if they really like Malik, but all of a sudden his agent's going, no. We got 3 or 4 teams interested. It's going to cost us let's just say $25 million a year with a lot of guarantees. Is there a chance the Dolphins just say, we can't afford Malik, we're going to have to go to plan number 3? Is that possible that could happen? Or do you think if they really want Malik Willis and they really do like him and think he's got a chance not to just be a Band-Aid, but be the future, could you see it happening or no?
Well, that's the key right there, is how strong is their conviction in Malik Willis. Obviously, if they're going to make a pursuit, they like him. But how much do they like him? What's their conviction that he's the guy and not just, as you mentioned, a Band-Aid or a bridge quarterback, but the guy for the long term? This is our franchise. This is the one who's going to lead the turnaround of this franchise. And we've said this before. We've heard this, right? If they make the commitment to spend big dollars on him, they better be right. Just like in 2024, and what was it, July, they made a commitment to Tua with the big money with that contract. They needed to be right, and not quite.
No, didn't. Yeah. So that situation is there any other quarterbacks for you besides just Malik Willis? Because if they go all in on Malik, they know him better than anybody, and I'm with them. Like, hey, you guys have seen him. He was a scout team quarterback against your defense every week. You know everything about this guy. Let's do it. But if there's another guy out there, who would it be for you, either through a little trade or free agency, that you might be interested in to kind of help us through this period?
There is nobody for whom I would spend big money. I will start with that. There's nobody out there. I don't care if it's Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota. If the Dolphins are going to go the veteran route in the offseason, either trade or free agency, I'd prefer they take a shot with somebody who's got a major skill set and hasn't panned out yet, and hope you unlock him. So I'm thinking somebody like Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Joe Milton III, somebody like that, where there's a unique skill set where it very well might not pan out, but you're taking a shot. Just like I'll go back and maybe I've taken crap for this. I had zero problem with the Dolphins trading for Josh Rosen in 2019. Why? Because they were in QB hell or whatever you want to call it, and they took a shot. The evaluation was wrong, but there was a skill set there. It just didn't pan out, and part of the problem is that just Josh Rosen was a guy who never had the intangibles, i.e. work ethic, dedication to make it work, but there was a skill set there.
Yeah.
So I didn't fault them for doing that, even though obviously it's very easy to say now, well, that sucked. Why would you approve that trade? Because they took a shot, and the Dolphins are in a position right now. Take a shot. I'd rather have they do that than sign a mid-veteran who has like a clear ceiling that gets you nowhere.
All right, so we know that we're gonna have to clear out some guys. I'm gonna go through a list. I want to Tua. We talked about Tyreek gone, right? Tyreek's done.
Yep. Bye-bye.
James Daniels, right guard, 3-play James Daniels. Do you give him another chance to come back and play, or is that no? Thank you. You didn't. What do you do there?
That's going to be his nickname now, 3-play James Daniels.
Yeah. Nobody's safe around here, man. This 25-year thing's starting to get to me.
I know. I see that. Your tolerance level has severely decreased.
That's what Woody's got me going. He eggs me on every day. This is what's happened to me. Anyway, so James Daniels?
That's what Woody does. I'd be 50-50 on him because you need guards. So, and you got one there. His cap number is not egregious. Obviously, you'd have to do some digging exactly what happened last year. Is there a chance of recurrence? And if there's any chance, bye-bye. If not, I don't think it's a slam dunk that they move from him.
Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, I got to rework that contract. I like everything about him. He's a good, solid player. He's a leader in the locker room, but the $31 million cap number is ridiculous.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
I get the feeling he's going to be gone. If you remember, one of the reasons he wanted out in 2019 been suggested is you want to know part of a rebuilding situation. Well, guess what, Minka? Here we go again. So I don't know that he'd be that much more interested in it, and he's not any younger than certainly not any younger than he was back then. He's probably 7 years older. I think this is somebody, and he's somebody who's got trade value.
Austin Jackson. When he plays, he seems to be pretty good, at least in that system he just played in with Mike McDaniel, but he's missed a lot of games the last couple of years. What do you think?
Yep. And he'd have to be a post-2-1 designation. Otherwise, it makes no sense. You don't save enough on the cap. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm as high on Austin Jackson as some of the media members out there. To me, he's solid as a right tackle, but not sure at that cap number. And again, with the injury issues, he's one I would really consider moving on from.
All right, so the number one priority besides getting this Tua thing figured out is going to be the draft coming up. We got 5 picks, as you well know, and have written about and talked about in the first 5 rounds. There's been talk, and it's an interesting one, about it's a good class for some potential big defensive linemen that can rush the passer. And we just drafted 3 guys last year, Phillips, Biggers, and Grant. Do you top on top of that with more guys, or do you let these guys play out for year 2 before you start worrying about that again? Because we have holes in a lot of different places.
Yeah, right. It's kind of a tough situation, and we've seen in the Super Bowl the last 2 years what disruptive defensive tackles.
Oh, man. Yes.
But that's why I'm disappointed. We saw some flashes from Kenneth Grant, but I would have hoped to see a lot more. And like you mentioned, they just took 3 of them last year. It's like, holy moly, we're going to go back there. I don't know that you can overload on those. I'm going to be honest with you. And they have guys to replace. Benito Jones probably not coming back. I would imagine Matthew Butler's not going to be coming back.
Yeah.
So you got the 3 rookies, and you got Zach Sealer. Yeah, I would have zero issue with doing. But again, as everything else, they got a hit, and they have Kenneth Grant right now. I wish I were more optimistic. I'm not saying he's not going to pan out, but I wish I'd seen more in his rookie year. For Jeff Robinson, he's not a DT. That's a different topic. But as a pass rusher, a little bit concerned of exactly.
Yeah, he went the wrong way last year for good reason.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, so I just look at this, and I'm getting this all the time, and people's go, oh, you got to let it go. Listen, man, people hit me with it from the tennis courts to if I'm out with my wife, somebody will say something. How did we allow ourselves to get into this situation that we're in right now? How did this just like it's unbelievable. This is as bad as I can remember. I'm sure there might have been some other time where we're in cap hell now looking for a quarterback, and I'm like, God, what?
Bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Think back where we were in 2020. The Dolphins had, oodles and oodles of cap space. They had 3 picks in the first round, 2 in the second.
I know.
They were looking at 4 picks in the first 2 rounds the following year. It was all set for them, to build a franchise that could be a contender, if not every year, almost every year. And they just, bad decision after bad decision. It starts, and then the first one started with 2 over Herbert. Sorry, that was the wrong call. Then the trade for Tyreek, which did provide some results, but kind of forced you to play a certain style, which is not a style that's conducive to winning big in December, January. That kind of skewed. And then to compound everything, guys, they made some decent draft picks that were not quite good enough. They just don't draft any Pro Bowlers. And then the most egregious of all, that summer of 2024, they went nuts with contract extensions and new deals and put themselves in a bad spot because of what they had done in 2023, which was a high mark season since what?
Yes.
The early 90s.
Right.
But that was like, again, that was the feeling, whereas the Dolphins thought that was just the beginning. It was going to get better from there, and it backfired spectacularly.
So I'll leave you. I'll leave you with this one. Going forward with how long does it take for us to get this? And these guys, by the way, I'm being patient. This has nothing to do with our GM and our head coach, but we have put them in. How long? I was just talking to Kenny Walker. How long does this take us to get this thing? How quickly can we clean it up, draft well, and get this thing flipped around?
Hopefully quicker than 25 years, right, to get that playoff win.
2 years?
Yeah, that sounds about right. And this upcoming season, to me, the record is borderline irrelevant. It's about building a core of players that can get you where you want to go, number one. showing that you're going to have a team that's going to play the right way, do things the right way, like certain teams do on a yearly basis, generally speaking, and we know who those teams are. And results will be secondary. It's almost like New England, and it's a bad comparison because New England obviously went to the Super Bowl, but New England this season, it was all about establishing, what they had with Mike Vrabel and, and then his new regime. And you figured they were going to head in the right direction and put themselves up for future success. They exceeded all timelines. Dolphins are not going to do that because they don't have a Drake May quarterback to begin with. But it's kind of starting to move in that direction. And I think by 2027, you should at least be like in the playoff conversation late in the season. And then 2028, got to have results.
A lot of our fan base has run out of patience pills. Do you know where you can order more of them? I mean, it's not.
Patience or us.
Jeez. I maybe I have to go where I need to get my maturity pills. Then maybe they're the same place. Alan, thank you, bud. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you for being part of what has turned into the daily crap show around here. Thank you.
You got it. Anytime.
All right, Alan Poupart, SI.com Dolphins and All Dolphins podcast. Hey, I got some good news for you. You like boats? Well, guess what? Guess what's happening right now? The Miami International Boat Show is running full speed and will, for the next few days, get on out to the Miami Beach Convention Center, Collins Avenue, and other in-water locations. They are set up with more than 1,000 boats on display from the top brands in the world. Oh, my gosh, all the latest you're going to see there. And I want to let you know, you can get your hands on all the latest electronics and gadgets and boating gear. Find out what the latest is. If you're got boats. Speaking of boats, I mean, they got every kind of boat for your lifestyle. Really do. From power yachts to sailboats to fishing boats, cruisers, ski boats. You can go on and on. They got something, all different sizes for you to really go out and enjoy yourself. Discounts and deals can save you big money on boats and accessories on top of that. One ticket, by the way, gets you into all 5 show locations. So, again, great time to get out there, enjoy yourself, enjoy it. If you have nothing going on for this beautiful weather during the weekend, get your tickets, parking, transportation, and other info at MiamiBoatShow.com. That's MiamiBoatShow.com. See you this weekend down at Miami Beach.
This
thank our friend Alan Poupart, SI.com Dolphins and All Dolphins podcast. By the way, Alan has covered the Miami Dolphins longer than anybody for anybody that ever gets on Alan Poupart. He has been around going back to Dolphin Digest, the original paper of the Dolphins. And so he's been around a long, long time and has seen it all. And so always appreciate Alan Poupart. I don't appreciate that left-handed serve that he kicks to my backhand that gets exposed for an old guy.
He usually beats you, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever beat him?
Yeah, I beat him, but
you have. So it's competitive, but he's
if he starts playing too much, then I'm everybody's batting practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
so he's like the Alcaraz out there, and you're like the
I gotta tell you,
the
Woody,
Djokovic. You're like kind of a fading star.
You know what? That's a good word. So what has happened? I have noticed, and it's taken me a while to get used to it. I've just slowed down physically, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, there is something you could do about it.
What? Kill myself? What do you mean by that? What can I do?
You're on edge today. This Tua stuff's really got to you. But I was going to say you can play pickleball.
I don't want to play pickleball yet.
You'd be the best athlete out there. Think about it.
I've just slowed
You're
down.
a little slow for tennis, but you'd be a monster on
I've
pickleball
slowed down
court.
on that clay court, and side to side, it takes me, when I have to go the other way, it takes me like 2.5 years to make that turn.
What if we got a clay pickleball court for you?
Hey, Woody, why am I even talking to you? You don't play anything, so why am I wasting my time by even listening to you right now?
Boy, the Tua stuff is really wearing on you.
It really has it. You need to stop.
You know what? We got to get him out of town just for your mental well-being here.
You did this. Yeah, I'm going to go doing my own mental health stuff here pretty soon.
This guy doesn't leave.
What
If
you
he
did
stays
to Bo.
another season,
You egged Bo on yesterday. You did. You egged him on.
Well,
and enjoyed it.
You didn't help.
No, I like calling him a grumpy old man and getting him going.
I like hearing that Bo found his way into some, columns and stuff, and people are quoting him. I love that.
Well, I can't tell you this. If you think you're going to get to Bo, he could care less. Everything he says, he believes. That's his thing. If you have a problem with it, you're more, call him and he'll tell you, this is what I see and it's not good. That's his thing. He's
a very honest man.
Look, in fairness to him, he hasn't seen a playoff win in a long time.
Well, nobody has, Joe.
Exactly. Well,
in fairness to him.
But he's run out of years. At least young people still have the second half of their life.
That's true.
We're on the countdown to kickoff here, man.
Jeez.
It's a little different situation. By the way,
you don't relax with this Tua thing, he may kill you.
You're kidding, right?
No, you're going to end up with a heart attack here if you don't let Tua go.
Oh, you think I go around my house just talking about Tua all day and Tua all night and stuff?
Kind of.
Is that what you think?
I do think
you go around worrying about this woman saying
I
you should be fired.
Think, yes, I think you bring him up at home, and I think
you think my wife,
get the reaction you're hoping
You think my
for.
wife is like, hey, what's going on with Tua?
Yeah, I think.
You think that happens in my house? Now you know my wife a little bit.
Maybe it's late night and you're with her,
you think?
And you're having trouble performing, and she goes, "Is this Tua related?"
She
again?
goes, "But I was just getting ready to call myself out and go, before we make love, can I say one more thing about Tua? You're such a clown, bro.
Why can't you just let it go, Joe?
Oh God, that was funny, Woody. That was pretty funny, and nothing.
It's gonna work itself out, man. Probably.
I just think the whole thing is very interesting to watch. Our general manager, who's everybody's looking at, basically said, we handed you a mess. That's why you're here. Probably waited 2 years too long, but go get him.
It's an incredibly bad situation that he inherited, yes. I mean, the guy's been here for 2 weeks.
I got to tell you, I like him. I like him a lot. People ask me, what do you think of the Green Bay guys? I said, I like them a lot. I like them. I like what they say, but I also understand we've cut their arms off here, man, a little bit. They
bit.
They can't run into this full speed. Got to hit on the draft. They put that priority list. They got to decide who they want to keep. They got some cap guys are going to have to go because of cap. They may want to, because of the cap, they might want to keep, but they can't. And we have. I'm shocked. We kept Chris Greer as long as we did. He absolutely destroyed this thing. In trying to hit it and win a playoff game, we set this team back years. And finally somebody went in and goes, "What's the game plan?" He goes, "I've run out. I tried to win it now. I tried everything. Trade high picks, spend money, extensions. They all let me down. What do I do now?" I'll tell you what you do now. You're done. That's it. No more.
Someone said, "Joe, are you talking about 7-0 Bo? He's a blind-ass fan."
He likes to drink the Kool-Aid during the year. I do too, though. And I don't know if I have as much sugar. When was that? Last year or 2 years ago? He did that 7-0 thing, Bo. When was that, Woody?
I think it was last season. I don't know. To be honest, all these seasons are starting to run together.
They are.
In my
that's
head. But
that's a good point. Hey, not to change topics here because we got more with.
At least Jets fans have cap space.
Yeah, right. Hey, by the way, that's a good one, man. Hey,
Joe goes to Plantation on Fridays because of Tua. Is that why you're getting those that treatment? Because of Tua?
No.
Is he contributing?
No. I want to keep my energy level up.
I know, but is he contributing to your downfall?
Oh, on the ED side? No, he has not affected me any way
Can't
possible.
get it up because all you picture is him.
I can't get it up, honey. We got a problem. What do I do?
Joe, is this Tua again?
Is it Tua again? Yes.
You have his jersey hanging above your bed. I
told you
jerseys.
that was Jason Taylor who was above the bed. I told you where she could look and.
Yeah, but that's for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at. Now you got.
You think it's weird? Like, you know him and you're friends with him? Like, you think it's weird?
I told him.
Oh, you told him? Okay. Okay.
My wife didn't think it was very funny. I thought it was very funny.
What did he say? Was he like, "Oh, I know I'm good looking"? Like, what did he say?
Well, what do you think? You think he thinks he's ugly?
Probably not.
It's all right.
I love that he told him, though. That's pretty cool.
I go, I told him, "Man, you're stirring it up in my house."
Yeah, sure.
So why? So you know where she wants to put a poster of you now? I know. I hope she's not listening. I hope she's not on her way to a class right now because she will listen.
You're going to have a lot of ground to make up tomorrow on Valentine's Day.
You ruined it. You ruined it. I didn't think you could ruin Valentine's Day, but you've done it. By the way.
Are you prepared? Are you ready to roll here? It's tomorrow.
Location, done.
Really? Do you want to tell us where?
Gift?
Are you hiding? Okay.
Done. Everything done. For me and my wife to have a very nice Saturday together.
Did you have to make an insider call to, say, Chef Andre or someone like that?
I'd rather not get into it,
okay.
But I did have to make
an insider call.
Insider call. And I appreciate you putting it that way.
So you just jumped the common man who was trying to get the reservation.
I did.
Wow.
And you know why I did this, Woody?
Because you can?
Because I waited too long. No. Because I waited probably a week. I didn't realize a lot of guys are actually
things booked up?
Organized. You can't get into any place.
Oh, wow. I'm not going anywhere. I'm watching the dunk contest.
What are you going to do for food? You have her cook?
Yeah. She's going to cater the event. Me and my sons are going to watch the dunk
there
contest.
You go. Happy Valentine's Day, Mom. And now get your ass over there and cook and get the food. We're watching this. Your boys.
If she's lucky, we'll order in.
I know. Right. You know, I'm not saying I'm easy to be with, but I don't know how she stays with you. I really don't.
Yeah.
You wonder sometimes.
Maybe I'll put a picture of JT over my bed.
Don't try to use my stuff. At least
I don't know if she knows who he is, though.
Everybody knows who he is. I'll tell you what, some of those recruits know.
Yeah.
Because he brings them in. He goes and meets with them. They go, when can I be there?
Yeah.
I'm working with you. When can I be there?
Or what he did with a few of those guys that are about to go at the top of the draft.
You think that's Mesler and Ruben Bain good for business, man?
I think that's why that Ole Miss quarterback didn't want to go pro. Because I don't want to see those guys again.
No. I think the $7 million probably. I'm guessing. Fighting this. Didn't make big money. He was a backup quarterback last year. You forgot about that. You thought he made $5-6 million last year. And if they're paying the backup quarterback $5 or $6 million, then God bless Ole Miss for having all that
paying
money.
a backup quarterback these days? It's got to be something.
Oh no, hundreds of thousands.
It's not bad.
No, but it's not. Hey, I'll bet you if you put Dante Moore, Arch Manning, John Mateer, our guy now at UM, and Trinidad Chambliss, I'll bet that thing averages around $7 million. I think some guys are even getting a little bit more than that number to come back to college this year. Hey, we got Recovery Unplugged to tell you about. Hey, man, Dr. Barry out there, brother. Thank you for the work you've done, man, to help a lot of guys out there. It's a new year, and that means a fresh start, new goals, and a chance to reset. And if your mental health needs a comeback, and it happens to all guys, it does, man. You get off the road, you lose a job, the marriage is headed south, some things have happened. It's got you messed up, man. It's okay. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. If you're off the road and can't get back on it and you want some help, they've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you, Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
To everybody. We're just about to our 9 o'clock hour, which means like it has for a long, long time now. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk will join us after spending a week out at the Super Bowl in Northern California, and then saw an awful game. Rough game out there for the Super Bowl, for the NFL. Except if you're the winners, then you love it, right? Dominant team to beat, coming back next year again. And boy, I'll tell you what, after the other thing I got out of that, by the way, I haven't talked much about this, is the way the Patriots played in that Super Bowl. A lot of teams in AFC are going, hey, man, we're not that far away. We're not that far away. I think the other part of this is a lot of people felt if the Rams would have played against that Patriots team, they would have beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns too. Feels that way. It does feel that way. With even better weapons. You're probably right. Or as good of weapons, I should say, for sure. Anyway, we've got this other story I wanted to get to because it's got the flavor of one of our own, Nick Castellanos. Baseball player's had a hell of a career. He really has. He's had a nice career for himself. Had 1 year left on his contract, $20 million left on a 5-year, $100 million contract with the Phillies, who do pay. And I remember when this happened last year, and this story ties right into his backyard where he was playing against the Marlins. He got pulled in a game early for defensive purposes. Not a great defensive player. Got a good, solid bat. Numbers down a little bit last year, but still solid. 17 home runs, 72 RBI, and a 250 batting average. But anyway, he pulled and he was pissed. So apparently went and grabbed a beer to sit in the dugout. I guess he's going to drink the beer. Now, he did bring it out, but he said he never opened it. The guy stopped him, and he realized he was pissed off, and he realized it was a bad move. Anyway, I don't know what he said to the Phillies manager, Rob Thompson, but he didn't play the next day. I don't know if you call it a suspension. Hey, we're going to sit you for a game, which, you know, he's at home. He wants to play and going back home. He lives here in the off season. So anyway, they tried to trade him. They couldn't, and they released him. So they owe him the $20 million. I mean, Nick's going to make out just fine. Has made a lot of money, and he's had a really good career. He has. Really good, solid career. But it's just a weird one, man. A beer in a dugout. I mean, I've seen guys do things, right? But a beer in the dugout. I mean, the game's going. You can see in. They do close-ups of guys in there talking to each other. If a guy just struck out, they want to get the reaction, or the guy is just hits a home run. They love that dugout shot of the celebration, and they put a hat and a jacket on, whatever. You know, everybody's got a little creative way now when a guy hits a home run when he comes in the dugout, and you like to see everybody getting all fired up. So everybody's in the dugout now, eating sunflower seeds to lots of gum and putting gum on the back of the guy's hat and all the things that we do. But the beer, big no-no. I'm guessing. And one of the few rules, they don't have a lot of rules in baseball. Baseball is like play hard, be on time, and let's go. This is a weird one, though. So I know he's a fireball. I know he, probably has had his time where he's got to apologize for things that he says and does, and apparently went in after the game and met with Thompson and Dave Dombrowski, who runs the show now and has for a while. And he apologized to him, saying, hey, man, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I got a little fired up, and I'm a hothead sometimes and all that stuff. Just a weird one. 33, 34 years old that the beer got him. Beer, but there had to be a lot more than just threatening to open a beer. Because there's not money when it comes to Phillies. They spend money. So it's not that. Somebody must have said, this guy is not good for our team. I guess he said some of the rules are real strict and some of the rules are way too loose. I don't know what he meant by that. But anyway, wrote a note to everybody and don't listen to the media, and things that are said and take sides, Phillies, and people are getting on the Phillies for this too. Because Nick was a stand-up guy when he didn't play well and, and all those kind of things. But what a strange one, man. The beer in the dugout. Can you imagine being so mad you just go, I'll get him. So I'm not playing anymore? Went in the locker room, in the clubhouse, grabbed a beer, and was getting ready to pop that thing right behind the manager of the team.
So that's not even, to me, the worst thing that these baseball guys do is they'll go and they'll punch the cooler or something, or they'll punch a wall, right? Like a pitcher, someone will break his hand.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen that?
We see that a lot. No, it's the bat. It's not your hand. It's the bat. The bat when they decide the bat's going to wipe out everything.
Yeah. And then you find out the guy gets hurt and he's going to miss a bunch of time.
Yeah.
Because he got angry.
He did. Got taken out of a game or upset about giving up a home run pitch or
rather a guy crack a beer than crack his hand.
That's a weird one though.
Very strange.
Anyway,
more strange to have that around, but
Archbishop McCarthy High School is where Nick went to school. They had a little powerhouse when he was there. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm guessing he's going to get picked up by somebody unless he's a complete ass clown. That somebody's going to pick him up unless he's just been marked as a bad guy.
Can't imagine it's the Marlins, right? I know you brought that up earlier.
Well, you get him on the cheap. You don't have to pay any of that $20 million.
I'm guessing the Marlins want to keep things,
with the young guys.
Yeah.
Go get them.
Right. You
play
don't
hard.
bring in any negativity
Maybe.
to that thing, but
I'm guessing he'd love to play here at this point in his career.
Probably.
Love to come in and do a little DHing and play a little position and mix it in there. But you're right. They got a lot of young guys they want to play. That doesn't seem to fit the plan of what they want. Unless he had some kind of great story of something he wanted to do. Hey, we got 9 o'clock hour coming up here. Mike Florio is going to join us. We'll talk a little bit about all the news.
He's got your boy right on the front page.
Oh, listen,
of his website.
After yesterday.
Yeah. Big picture of him with a snarl on his face.
You think the Dolphins thought, and this is crazy. Do you think the Dolphins thought that thing was going to be private?
Well, I mean, unless they took people's phones at the door, of course people are going to film it.
And you had some of your podcasters there.
Well, anyone could have gone.
No, but the podcasters are showing up. They're like, I'm going to get some stuff out here and get myself a lot of clicks and likes.
I mean, unless you do one of those comedy shows where they take your phone and seal it away in a bag or take it from, of course people are going to.
By the way, I got to applaud Nat Moore, who shares in our frustration, folks.
He did hit him with the question
right off the bat.
But you can't do an event like that and act like it doesn't exist. You can't not ask.
Yeah, they just prepared
you
for
have
it.
to, and they did. They answered
No. Hey, this guy's good. John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley are going to be good for business. They are. But we are going to have to be a little bit patient. I don't know how long. I'm not telling you time, but they got to clean up somebody else's mess. And nobody likes to come in and clean up somebody's mess, but they also understand they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for not a mess here, but a mess in a lot of different places that opened up some jobs. Hey, Baptist Health South Florida, boy, do they got their act together. Oh, my gosh. What a sports medicine program. One of the best in the country. People ask me all the time, where do the pros go? And I go, when they get injured, and I go, Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Dolphins to start with. They trust the sports medicine program at Baptist Health South Florida. Covers all of South Florida. You know how, first of all, it's not just the team doctors that work with all these teams every day and FIU and FAU. It's also the specialists they have when you need an operation to be able to look at it and fix it. I'm talking about some of the best knee doctors for anything to do with the knee. Shoulder, foot, and ankle specialists, hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement doctors, and some really good ones. Even Achilles doctors now, full-time. That's how bad that injury's become because of pickleball, what it's doing to everybody. And I want to let you know this on top of everything else. We got 3 great facilities that I talk about. They got a lot, but I'm talking sports medicine right now. And Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Man, the next time you have a problem, it's not just for high school, college, and professional athletes. For all of us, those doctors are. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. Do it today.
The Daily Topics
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com, starting with Canes Hoops, who will hit the road to take on NC State tomorrow. Tip-off is at 4, and the game can be heard here on WQAM with our pregame coverage beginning at 3:30. And Canes baseball is set to open up their season tonight. They will take on Lehigh. The first pitch from Mark Light is at 7. And in hockey, the USA beat Latvia 5-1. Next up, the U.S. will play Denmark tomorrow at 3:10. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
A little taste of some of these big guys coming out hitting them. Like, all right, you think you're going to run around our guy? How about if you get a little taste of Landon Dickerson coming right down your throat?
The throw to Ayuk inside, touchdown. Samuel leading the way. Ayuk comes inside of him.
Oh, yeah, you know what time it is. You hear that right there, man? That is a 9 o'clock on a Friday right there. 9 o'clock. And you know what I like to say about a 9 o'clock hour on a Friday?
Can't screw it up.
You can't screw it up. There's nothing you can do. Mike Florio's going to join us. Alan Poupart will join us.
Florio's got a lot of stuff, man. A lot of good stuff to get.
Well, he just got a hold of, you could tell this morning, because he's got Tua right there in the middle of it.
He's got Tua, but he branched out a little bit. He went to that NBA thing, and I think that's, he's big on the gambling stuff. So that's where that comes from.
He saw it coming. Well, as soon as they went all in on Vegas, that was when they went from telling players they were fined and you're going to be in trouble if they did anything in Vegas, any kind of events. The next thing you know, through the years, we watched Las Vegas get a very profitable football team there with a lot of built-in great business right there down the strip. So he's seen it all. And now we got this prediction market thing, which is crazy. So we'll talk to him about some of that stuff as well. But also our general manager for the Miami Dolphins John Eric Sullivan did speak with Nat Moore up there, did a nice job. I tell you, Nat's and Nat's lived it, man. Nat's lived it up. I see Nat in the bus. He takes losses. I'll tell you what, he takes losses hard. He goes to practice, so he sees things, and, it's just and he's old school. Listen, man, he was a Shula guy, so he's seen the changes in the game, and he takes the losing part of it hard. So he was great, though. Last night, asked some good questions. I think he's as fired up as anybody about some new blood in there, and some changes that needed to take place and have been taken, have been done to this point. So anyway, we've got all that. We'll have him coming up here in just a few minutes. And boy, this job for John Eric Sullivan, it's not just getting ready for a draft, including 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. You got to decide who you want to keep. Do you try to keep some guys if they'll come back on the cheap? You got to dump some guys that are under contract to get some cap space, especially if they don't have guaranteed money. So that's where they are. They got a lot of tough decisions. We talked about it. Tyreek's an easy one, but James Daniels, Bradley Chubb, Minkah Fitzpatrick, maybe a few other guys in that group going forward. So, and then the big one is off of the whole thing last night that got the most for the 1,000 fans that showed up for the private event at the stadium was about the quarterback situation, starting with Tua. And he did the best he could. Listen, that's a tough one because they said they're going to make a decision real soon, but there's a lot of money. A lot of guaranteed money with it. I understand it's a big decision. I do. It's a big, big decision on a mistake. It's a big, big decision clearly on a mistake. And that's not me. That's the fact he got benched with 3 games left. Had not played well. Even during that 4-game winning streak, did not play well. Everybody else played well. He did not play well. So a lot of different things to get to with this team. And then this draft, again, not to put any pressure on these guys for the first year, but they got to do a better job than we did a year ago, we're kind of left to wonder. We got a lot of guys played a lot of football in that draft class last year, across the board. A lot of guys on defense, got a lot of playing time. But we don't know what the upside. I don't know what the high end. I didn't see anybody dominate a game. And we need to know that we're going to get more of that draft class from years 1 to year 2 for that class last year, Chris Greer's last year. And then these guys we got to get some guys that look like Pro Bowl players. We got to get a few of those guys. And we got to build it. Got to build it through the draft. Because right now money is tight. Money and getting this thing cleaned up is tight. So we have all that stuff. And then, of course, the other news coming out in college football, somehow Trinidad Chambliss, quarterback at Ole Miss, has beat the system and has been given a 6th year of eligibility on an eligibility extension. Something about one of the years he was there, he was injured, and the NCAA didn't understand how injured he was or something.
Does anybody lose more than the NCAA?
No, they get no.
I mean, I don't know who.
If you ever go, hey, I got a little lawsuit against him, you go, I want to represent you.
Yeah.
Because I know we win that one.
The only thing they won, I guess, was that Alabama thing, which was like, that was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Right. That if you don't win that one, we got a problem.
What a weird story that was.
By the way, they might as well shut this G League thing down.
But the problem becomes, like, is the G League, is it pro? Is that a professional league?
Yeah, G League's pro. They're getting paid.
So are the college players.
Yes, but the college guys are making more money than the G Leaguers.
So is the G League a pro league, or is it some sort of minor league? And why is it different than the guys who play pro overseas?
Oh, now you made me actually.
No, but it's
that
actually.
pause I had to think about. I mean, overseas. That's part of the problem. The overseas thing. They have different rules over there for those guys allowing them to come over.
Just gonna guess, but if you play in some of the better leagues overseas, you make more money there than you would in a G League contract.
I don't know. I have no idea what those guys make.
Unless
you know, I appreciate you wouldn't say that.
No, I know that those guys make in the 6 figures, well in the 6 figures.
Well, I know this: the top college basketball programs. So remember that SEC had 9 of the top teams a year. They were paying money. There's a lot of guys.
So is the G League a professional league?
Well, of course it is.
Can a guy go and play there and come back? Like,
shouldn't be allowed to.
I don't know, man.
So these guys now,
this whole professional
go
thing
to the G League.
Is different now.
Aren't good enough to get to the NBA. Now they want to run for college money because it pays a lot more than the G League money.
Okay.
How many years eligibility will you give me?
Most people would think the G League is a minor league, though. I mean, heck, the G League's less than
it is.
It's worse than college.
No, listen, we got our guys go down the G League and then come back up for the slam dunk contest.
We just put our bets in, by the way. We got Keisha to win it.
Not
interested.
No interest.
Norman Powell going off at plus 850.
G League guys dunking makes no sense. The commissioner.
Someone's got to do it, bro.
You got to get guys. You got a whole bunch of guys sit on the bench. And
Anthony Edwards is busy. He's got something else going on.
I didn't say him. Stop talking about some of the best players.
Fine.
Talk about the other guys.
Talk about the 13th or 14th or
the
15th,
10th, the 9th guy. That plays
just
10, 12 minutes.
On the active roster.
Some guy that can jump out of the gym. Everybody's got 2 or 3 guys that jump out of the gym. That's
Maybe
it.
These guys will wow us.
All right.
Like Mac McClung. Hell, Mac McClung doesn't even want to do it anymore.
No, he said that's too easy.
People fear him too much. Yeah, he's ruined the dunk contest.
Here comes the underdog white kid again. He's going to enough of that too, bro. I'm glad he's gone. Hey, we got to go to break. We got Mike Flora going to join us when we come back. But before we get there, we got to get to another Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Hey, man, could you really use some help right now? You're in a little bit of a jam. Credit card debt, huh? Need some consolidation, need some help. How about behind in property taxes, HOA dues, assessments, judgments? It's all starting to add up, and you're going, holy crap, how am I going to be able to do this? I can't afford all this. Well, I will tell you, if you need a second mortgage and you got equity in your home, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage is the guy to go to. Matter of fact, the reverse mortgage, if you're 62 or older, you and your spouse, has become one of the most popular mortgages we have here in South Florida. You got that home, usually people in their 60s that lived in that home forever have it just about or completely paid off. And if you do, got a lot of money coming you can use for a lot of different reasons. How about a nice vacation and paying some things off? Good way to start. First-time home buyer programs with little money down. Michael Kotze's got a great program for you that he has put together to help everybody. He really does. That's what it's about. Great service, getting approved at the lowest rates real fast. Debt consolidation, I could go on and on, but Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, he's been doing this for 30 years. He works Saturday and Sunday. The man works 7 days a week. Always helping you, getting that paperwork done, getting everything going, get the answer you need real quickly so you know where you stand. 561-441-2730. Call or text them, 561-441-2730. MLS 166254. Rates and terms are subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. Go to Google reviews on the web. Choice Mortgage Reviews, saying a lot of nice things about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage.
All
Have over 2,000 Toyotas on sale, one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, Toyota of Hollywood.com.
All right, let's go right to him. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk, off a real busy week out in Northern California, back with us. And on top of everything else, he comes out with a Tua article here just recently, just a little bit of time ago. And last night, our general manager, they had a private function at Hard Rock Stadium for 1,000 fans. And he talked about it a little bit. And it was kind of like, he's done a lot of great things, but we haven't made a decision on whether we're going to keep him. So we saw a little bit of everything. Mike, what do you think is going to happen there?
I think they've made the decision on whether they're going to keep him. I think what they're trying to make a decision on is how they're going to go about extricating themselves from a situation where they owe him $54 million fully guaranteed for this year, and they got $99 million in dead cap money to deal with over the next 2 seasons. Could they trade him? Is there a trade to even be done? How much money would they have to pay to facilitate a trade? Hell, Joe, there could end up being a Brock Osweiler type trade. If you remember that one, the Texans actually sent a second-round pick to the Browns to get them to take Osweiler's contract. So you could have a bunch of different possibilities. I think they're trying to figure out how they're going to remove Tua Tagovailoa from the roster, with the one potential sliver of a caveat that they would just pay him the $54 million and keep him on the roster. I just don't think it's good for anyone as they're trying to turn the page on the old regime for Tua to still be there. I think he's gone. Just a question of when, where, and how.
Hey, Mike, just to follow up to that, I truly don't know this. There's no sarcasm in this because I've been pounding him pretty hard here for a while. But so Tua, what's his market going to be like? How do we think other teams are looking at him that need quarterbacks, knowing everything that we know here? They must know where they are, that all of a sudden all these teams going to be interested in Tua.
Well, Joe, it's not going to be $55 million a year, which could potentially qualify Chris Greer to be fired again. I can't overestimate what a horrible contract that was. He was still under contract for one more year under his fifth-year option. They gave him $55 million a year, something close to that, 53, 54, 55, whatever it is. They owe him 54 this year. They weren't competing with anyone. They were bidding against themselves. It was ridiculous, and now they're paying for it. So I don't know what the market's going to be. I don't know that anyone's going to give him a starting job. Now, there's a smaller number of viable quarterbacks available this year than there were last year. But, I mean, like the Vikings want someone to compete with J.J. McCarthy. Do the Vikings think that Tua is the guy? I mean, when Tua has everything working perfectly, he can run an offense incredibly well. When you throw a wrench into the equation, he can't make something happen. And he's got the injury history. He's not a large guy, and the concussions were a problem. I don't have an obvious destination for him.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is one at this point.
The other part of this, a name that's become real popular more and more all the time, is this Malik Willis, who's got a limited amount of, I think, 6 career starts and numbers. They've been impressive in what he's done, especially the last 2 years in Green Bay. It just hadn't been a lot of them. And I just wonder what kind of money he's going to get. I mean, some of these other guys, they keep talking about some of these other quarterbacks, but they've played a lot, and he hasn't. So I just don't know how you go about giving this guy what kind of money he could be getting to come in as compete as a starter or be given the job.
Well, Scott Mitchell hadn't played a lot. I know we're going way back into the archives here, but he got to play that year that Dan Marino had the torn Achilles, and there was a competition for his services, and he ended up going to Detroit and playing well there. When Willis has played the last 2 years, and he's got a weird career arc. He was a third-round pick of the Titans. He played some, fell out of favor. They gave him away for a seventh-round pick, and he has been very good when called upon to play in place of Jordan Love the last 2 seasons. So I think he's got the potential. The problem is, Joe, if the Dolphins are interested in Malik Willis and there's the clear Green Bay connection with Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan, how are you going to pay him when you got $99 million over the next 2 years tied up in Tua Tagovailoa? I could see something like, I mean, and let's go as most obvious low-hanging fruit as we can. Matt LaFleur's brother, Mike, is the new coach of the Cardinals. They're going to need a quarterback. They're going to be moving on from Kyler Murray, I believe. Malik Willis makes sense there. I think Willis is going to be a starter somewhere, and he's going to have a chance to do on a week-in and week-out basis the things we've seen him do on limited opportunities in Green Bay.
Yeah, man. A lot of people agree with you, by the way, that have seen it, that I've talked to, think he's got a chance not to just be a Band-Aid, but to get a chance to play. Hey, Mike, the other one has to do with our minor league system, college football. Trinidad Chambliss got that 6th year, man, got it. And he was, I think a lot of people thought he was at maybe the 3rd best quarterback in this draft behind just Mendoza and Simpson. And he goes, no. And you think that's more that he heard from agents, or he felt he needed another year because he wasn't going to get drafted high?
I think he wants to maximize where he goes. You know, if you're going to go high, there's value in getting to the NFL and starting the clock towards your second contract, because if you pan out as an NFL quarterback, that second contract is where you make your big money. But he'll make money to stay at Ole Miss. He'll make more there than he would have made as a
Correct.
3rd, 4th round draft pick.
Yep.
And he can do what he can to improve his stock and get drafted higher. And that was the gist of some of the testimony from Joe Judge yesterday. The testimony that wasn't noticed nearly as conspicuously as his beliefs about, you know, not waking up dad to help change diapers and feed the baby because dad needs his sleep because he's got football practice the next day.
Right. Hey, Mike, on top of everything we've been talking about, I got to ask you another one that's starting to pop up, this prediction markets. How is the league dealing with this, the National Football League?
Oh, well, there was congressional testimony submitted by Jeff Miller, who's both the head of PR and the head of health and safety for the NFL. And I've been saying for years, those two jobs don't mesh. You can't do both, but they've had him do both for several years now. He had in that written congressional testimony a lot of concerns about the prediction markets, and then he was making the rounds last week at Radio Row, and all of a sudden they seem to like the prediction markets. And it's just like legalized gambling, Joe.
Oh.
They loved it. No, they hated it, and then they loved it. They loved it once they realized how much money they could make off it. And I think the NFL sees a revenue stream in prediction market. The whole thing is nuts to me.
Oh.
Betting on whether or not Mark Wahlberg will go to the Super Bowl, betting on the weirdest stuff. And there's so much inside information that can infect the process. That's what troubles me. There's plenty of inside information in football, but that's mainly like with injuries and game plans. These entire wagers in the prediction markets are premised on if people know the truth. The first song in the Bad Bunny set at the halftime show. Joe, they taped the entire show Friday in the event that there was some sort of a catastrophic technical failure, and they had to play it on Sunday. Everybody knew, connected to the production, what the first song was going to be. You could bet on what the first song was going to be. There's no way they can police that inside information.
Yeah, that's a problem right there, because that's one of the biggest we've been talking about with the gambling in general to start with. Hey, speaking of Bad Bunny, what'd you think of the show, man? Everybody got an opinion.
Oh, I thought it was awesome. And it makes me want to go back and relearn Spanish. I took 3 years of it in high school, and I don't remember much. But I want to know what the words are. But I've been listening to it all week, driving around in my car I'd have the windows down if it wasn't so damn cold. But, yeah, I just think it was great. And it just exuded happiness and joy. The moment at the end where he says, God bless America, and then rattles off all of the various countries that make up South America, Central America, and North America, I thought that was a powerful statement. And you know, we know that the broader context is that this show got sucked into our current outrage and counter-outrage machinery, but I think it was very uplifting. I think it was very positive. I heard from a viewer who was in Mexico to watch the Super Bowl at a resort with his wife, and wherever they were in a club, and there were 200 people there, and they were Mexican, and they sang along every word for the full 13 minutes. And it's just a magical experience to have that all around you, the whole thing coming from the screen, coming from the speakers, and everybody in the bar singing along to the Bad Bunny songs.
So I got to ask you. By the way, I knew you were going to go strong on that. That was I actually thought the entertainment part of it was great. I obviously didn't like you did not know Spanish. I asked my wife what she thought.
Hey,
of
Joe,
it. Yeah.
Did you know this? I'm sorry to interrupt you. The football that he had was an actual vintage NFL football that they got from Wilson with the half white stripe on top. They used to, for late afternoon and night games, allow that half white stripe. an actual NFL ball that they got from Wilson.
Wow. I you know what? I did read that and about the ball and talking about that. Hey, so want to ask you about the first overall pick before Mendoza's from down here. Is there any chance people, and I know we're going to get real creative and conspiracy theories here as the draft gets closer. There's no way the Raiders get this bunch to get a ton of picks and move off Mendoza as the number one pick overall. Do you believe that will happen?
Well, Clint Kubiak said this week, he's the new coach of the Raiders, obviously. There's a lot of tape to watch before they make that decision with the number one overall pick. Look, there's been some general steam out there about whether or not they would try to get Lamar Jackson away from the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know that anything's going to happen there, but it's at least been discussed. Mendoza is viewed as a perfect fit for Clint Kubiak because he can run that offense, drop back passes, the play action passes, the athleticism to sprinkle in some designed runs. Kubiak is regarded as such a great coach because he sees the game and calls the game through the eyes of the quarterback. But every quarterback who comes from college to the NFL, it's a projection. Is it going to work? And when you look at all the holes the Raiders have, if somebody makes them an offer they can't refuse,
yep.
You know, remember 6 years ago, the Bengals were just stubborn. Like Stephen Ross wanted Joe Burrow, and there was nothing that the Bengals were going to listen to. And I remember saying at the time, at a certain point, you're committing malpractice if you don't at least consider what you could do with all those picks, because there's no guarantee that player you want to draft is going to become a great player. There never is. We see it all the time. It's a 50-50 proposition. And maybe with quarterbacks taking that high, it's a little better than 50-50. But if you can get more picks, if you can get proven players, I think you need to consider it. And the other thing the Raiders need to do, Joe, I don't know how much you talked about this, but they need to move Max Crosby. If he doesn't want to be there, he's 28.
Yeah, agree.
I mean, if they're going to turn it around, he's going to be out of his prime by the time they do. Get the picks now and start making your team better. Get the ammunition to begin to build a contender. They did the press conference this week, and they had the 3 Super Bowl trophies in front of the table. And I said on our show today, there should be a statute of limitations on how long you can display Super Bowl trophies. Because you're almost like trolling yourself with those 3 trophies. It's been 40 years since they won one.
Don't worry. We don't show ours around here. They go back to the 70s. Don't worry, Mike. You're right. We know that we are never disrespect Zonk and Larry Little and those guys like that. We don't. That's their own club. We don't do that. That's not a good idea. Hey, Mike, one last thing here too. Why we're talking about all this stuff. This quarterback class with Trinidad Chambliss now, and this thing's getting weaker and weaker, my man. God bless everybody trying to find a quarterback that has a chance to play next year.
Hey, advantage Kirk Cousins, who's going to get paid again.
Yes, he
is. He will be released by the Falcons on March 11th or March 12th. That was obvious when he redid his contract. It helps the Falcons with the cap charge between when they cut him in June 1. It encourages them, if not guarantees, they'll cut him before March 13. I see reporting pop up from time to time that he's going to be cut. It's like, folks, if you're paying attention when they did this contract, he's getting cut. He's going to be available, and there aren't going to be enough viable options. And the guy who's perfected the system of getting paid is going to get paid again.
Mike, thank you. Have a great weekend, bud. Take some time off, relax a little bit.
All right, pal.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk joining us this morning. I knew he loved the Bad Bunny, huh? One of the best shows he's ever seen. Hey, we got to go to break here. We got Alan Poupart coming up next.
The Daily Topic